I've compiled a list of some of the best cleaning and organizing hacks, tips, and tricks from this past year. So if you're looking for the best ideas to make cleaning fun and more efficient, or maybe you're just looking for a little cleaning motivation, I have everything here for you. And on days when you're not feeling very motivated, or maybe you just need a little pick-me-up, just put me on your big screen TV or your iPad and just know that I'm encouraging you, cheering you on. Any products that you see in this video, you can scan the QR code on screen. They will also be linked in the description box below and pinned in the comments section, and nothing in this video is sponsored. And last but not least, if you're not following me on Instagram at Andrea Jean Cleaning, make sure that you do, especially Instagram stories, because I share giveaways, sneak peeks, major discounts on some of my favorite things like my shark vacuum. And let me know in that comments box down below what your favorite cleaning and organizing hack was. And if you could do me just one little favor, be sure to give this video a thumbs up so that I can reach more people, and share this out with a friend or family member or to Facebook or Instagram. It would mean the world to me. And without further ado, let's get into it. Did you accidentally spill candle wax on carpeting or your furniture? All you want to do is cut up some paper bags, and then you're going to grab your iron. Place those paper bags over the wax that is stuck on your surface. Use the heat from the iron to transfer it onto the paper bag. And then you may want to use a product such as Folex to remove any stains if the candle wax did leave some. Grab a cleaning toothbrush if you have one on hand, and that can help lift the wax. I just like this Bissell little green machine. It works perfectly. And I want to show you how this compares to Resolve carpet cleaner that is specifically designed for carpet. You can see the Folex did a much better job than the Resolve. How about some hydrogen peroxide? Spray a little bit of that on there. Use your toothbrush just to work it into the carpeting. Now, out of these three, which one worked the best? And the winner is Folex. I love granite gold for cleaning my granite countertops with the paste wax. Let's put some tape down the middle so that we can fully compare and contrast these two products. We're going to start with the granite gold polish here on the left-hand side. Next, going in with the paste wax. I have to say it has a very nice texture. In my opinion, hands down, it was the paste wax. This might be one of my favorite home hacks. I have a plethora of stainless steel cleaners. I have tried them all and I've shown them to you in previous videos, and many of them just kind of smell bad. However, if you're sensitive to smells, I do love the Sprayway stainless steel. It smells like a nice lemon. The other ones sort of smell chemically and like WD-40, which I don't love. I have a lot of fingerprints in my house with the stainless steel dishwasher and the refrigerator, but I have something for you that's even easier, and it's probably something you already have on hand. No, this video is not sponsored by Cascade. I just love the product, but you have this, like chances are you're using some sort of rinse aid with your dishwasher. Here's what you need to do. Just grab yourself a paper towel or a microfiber towel and put a little bit of that rinse aid on your cloth. You are going to be amazed at how well this works for removing stains and fingerprints and splashes and sticky things that got stuck to your beautiful stainless steel. This is one less cleaning product that you need in your cleaning arsenal. So you no longer need a separate stainless steel cleaner. You can also use this inside of your sink if you have a stainless steel sink. Your stainless steel is going to be shinier than ever before, and it doesn't leave that greasy appearance that many other stainless steel cleaners leave on your appliances. And because it's not as oil-based, it's really going to lift up the sticky things that are stuck. That often happens in our home, and then I have to get a little scraper to lift it up. Nope, not if you're just using a microfiber towel and the rinse aid. I assimilate cleaning your stainless steel to making your bed. If your bed is made, the rest of your room is going to look more organized and clean, just like fingerprints on your dishwasher or your refrigerator. If those are cleared off, your kitchen just looks magically a little bit cleaner. Are you wanting to paint or do some sort of arts and crafts activity? Maybe you want to make something great from Dollar Tree, or maybe you have kids or nieces and nephews and you don't have a smock available and you don't want to have to do stain removal techniques when it comes to your clothes. All you need to do is grab some cling wrap. I know it seems strange, but it absolutely works, especially if you are in a bind and you want something that's effective. All I had on hand was this plastic wrap. We like the cling wrap around here, so we got the poor plastic wrap available for us. This works, but not as great. Now, this plastic wrap works amazing, but you wanna know what works even better? Cling wrap. So if you have that on hand, that is gonna be your first go-to when it comes to any sort of messes. Heck, if you're cooking in the kitchen, you could use this if you really wanted to. A little tacky, but it works. Well, I guess this is what you do when you don't have cling wrap available. We want our dryers to run more effectively, and we do not want a house fire. Come in here with me. Let me show you something. Look at all this lint, but this is just the beginning of this. Make sure that you're changing this every single time that you use your dryer. These two tools are gonna help you tremendously. Oh my word. Look at all of that. This is perfect for those really quick cleans. Now let me show you how to really get in there. Put this part on the end of your vacuum, just like that, and then turn your vacuum on. Next, you're gonna grab this handle. It's kind of like a little paddle. It extends, and then you can even take this off to wash it. Let's see what kind of goodies we can find under here. Gross. Grab your favorite multi-purpose cleaner to freshen everything up. Don't forget about the inside. Look at all that, my friend. Let me show you a little trick so you don't have to mess with any valves. Pour this down there. Can we see that in there? I know the shadows are covering a little bit here. I maintain my toilets very well. And if you've ever used this Clorox toilet wand and it's left blue stains in your toilet, this is also gonna help with that. Grab yourself some toilet paper. You're gonna lay it around the problem area. Then you're gonna grab some of this. You can get this at the $1.25 store, also known as Dollar Tree. And you're gonna saturate the toilet paper. Do you see this? No line whatsoever. It's that time. It's been about 3 months and my washing machine is starting to get a little bit stinky. The first place I like to check is down in here, and yes, you can see a lot of moisture, so we're gonna get this out. We're gonna clean this up, particularly on rubber pieces such like this. So this is fantastic. Just spray this all over. You could also do this with hydrogen peroxide. That's another great alternative. Now, I like to let that sit for about 10-15 minutes or so that it can truly kill that bacteria. Now, if you have a lot of lint that likes to accumulate, particularly in this component right here, here's what I recommend doing before you go in with a microfiber towel and your cleaner of choice.
This is going to save you a ton of time. If you have a burnt on pan or a bowl with oatmeal and the oatmeal solidifies, I get myself some Little Dawn Power Wash. I love this. And then inside here in your arsenal are these little scraper tools. So then you can spray it down, scrape it, rinse it off, put it in your dishwasher. Something's burnt on there that needs to get clean. Spray it, wait, scrub it.
All this white buildup. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna grab yourself some hydrogen peroxide, spray, give it a little scrub with your cleaning toothbrush. Let's let this sit for about 15 minutes so that the product can really work its way in there. Let's wipe away and see what we're working with. Grab yourself some toothpicks. You can really get inside these little holes, especially if they are clogged. If you find that the hydrogen peroxide did not take it all off, here's a secondary alternative for you. Grab some Barkeeper's Friend. This has been sitting for about 15 minutes. Let's see what we're working with. Let's give it a good wipe here. Oh, looking better. If you find after everything's dried and everything I showed you did not work, I have a solution for you. Goo Gone. Typically this is used for removing stickers. This works fantastic. You can even use this on your clothing. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm actually gonna spray this on a rag to control it, but it's gonna make your finishes look so much better, and then you can easily reapply this as needed. There's another hole in your bathroom you may have not thought of before that could be the culprit of those stinky smells. Right here in your sink, this overflow hole. Just take your spray bottle, Put a generous amount down there. Let it sit overnight and do its magic, and that smell should be gone if it was coming from this hole. Do you happen to have a slow drain? Is it getting clogged up? Look under here in my boys' bathroom. It is so nasty, but we need to go underneath. So follow me down underneath this sink. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and squeeze this. We wanna pull this out. Oh my word! Look at that right there. We're just gonna go ahead and set this down. My gosh, look, no freaking joke. Oh my gosh, this is why my drain is going so slow. So maybe you have something similar in your house. There's just a few tools that we're gonna use for this job. A bucket of warm water, a garbage can, microban, I'm gonna talk about this here in just a little bit, and a toothbrush. So let's move over to this gadget here. Oh, woo-wee! Look at this dirty water. Look it. Now it's time to reinstall. Let's wipe this up. Now it's time to install this part. Take this one, just get it in there a little bit. Then I'm gonna put it on the fourth one. There we go. And that's nice and secure in there. Let's test. Ooh, look at that. Here in my girls' bathroom, let's see whose is worse. We got this part out. That's pretty nasty. I'm just gonna put this in my bucket here. Why? Oh man, let me get my toothbrush and some paper towel. This is like, yes, cousin it coming out of here. I can just feel it. Like if you wanna throw up for whatever reason, oh, I might vomit. No joke. Oh God. This might be the grossest thing I've ever done. I think I'd rather deal with poop. And the winner is... I think it might be my girls, or does that make them losers? All nice and clean. Let's dump this one. Well, if you can keep your countertops clear, it's gonna make your kitchen and your living room look so much more organized, even more organized than it actually is. So I have a no clutter countertop rule. If I find anything on this countertop, be it toys, papers, Play-Doh, glue, who knows what ends up on there, I have a special place for it. Everybody's raving about baking soda, but this isn't always the best. Let me show you why. Take a sponge, dip it in some baking soda, and then I hate baking soda in the oven. This is what I'm showing you, and they'll tell you to go like this. Here's the problem when you use this method. All of this baking soda, which is a pain in the butt. Here's a better solution. Just get yourself a magic eraser. This works wonders. Wet it. Watch this. It cleans even better because of the melamine foam inside there, and I don't have to deal with the baking soda. Look at all of that. Look at this. Would I really get baking soda out to remove this? No, I'm just gonna take my magic eraser and I'm gonna go like that. Yes, I know this is contrary to popular belief.
All right, there are just 4 things that you are gonna need when it comes to cleaning your oven racks. Number 1, you need a really good degreaser. Number 2, you need time. We gotta be patient when it comes to getting grease off these things. Number 3, you need a really good sponge. And number 4, well, a little elbow grease will help. So I'm gonna just use my sink in this direction. The key here is to soak these babies in this power wash. If your oven racks are so bad, you're gonna wanna let these sit overnight and maybe come back and spray a little bit more. Come on in here, look at my toaster. It's real nasty. Most toasters have a little slot here, but look at in here. Take these out and then we're gonna dump these in the garbage can. Cleaning made easy, my friend. Whoop, 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 look at that. Clean. Now our finishing touch, I just like to take a warm wash rag and wipe the outside of our little gem here. Now, don't forget to slide your trays back in or you're gonna have a situation all over your countertop.
No more buying expensive, fancy ice packs at the store when you can make your very own DIY with a freezer bag. And you can make it as large as you want, as small as you want, depending upon your cooler space. Here's another little trick when it comes to your freezer bags. You can actually reuse these, yes, saving the environment. I'm gonna show you the easiest way to clean your sink and make it shine like new. Now you may think this looks good, right? No, wrong, because once this dries, it's not gonna look as shiny as we'd like it to. So here's what we're gonna do. Get yourself a towel. lemon oil polish. Shiny and like new. Today I'm going to show you 4 different products when it comes to removing stains on your clothes, and we're going to see which one actually did the best job. I'm going to go in with some shoe polish to create our stain because this stuff is almost near impossible to get out. The first product that we're going to use is this Grandma's Laundry Stain Remover. So let's see how this compares to all the other products that we're going to use. I've never used it to remove stains, but I do love this on my walls. So we're going to go in with this. I love it so much, it's almost out. We're gonna go in with the OxiClean. This is my favorite stain remover. I use this on everything in my house when it comes to removing stains. And last but not least, Windex. I've used this to remove carpet stains, works fantastic, but how about for clothing? Can I just say I'm super excited about this one because I don't actually know myself which one is gonna do the best job. Wow! This is not what I was expecting. They're like all gone. Do you have this pink scum in your shower like I do? Or how about right in here? Let's get rid of it. Let the product sit for approximately 10 to 15 minutes so that it can properly do its job. A little goes a long way. Buff into your shower. Now it's going to repel water.
And what's something we also tend to have an excess amount in our kitchen? Sponges and rags. One, I hate sponges. I have one sponge that I use on a regular basis here, and this is my sink cleaning sponge. What I typically clean with are microfiber towels because I can easily wash them after I've used them. They don't start to have that yucky sponge smell like that one. All you do is spray and wipe. You don't have to wipe again.
Want to know the easiest way to remove rust stains or hard water stains without having to make a vinegar, baking soda paste and deal with all that? It's this right here, my friend. And you can see here there's a ton of rust on the blade. So I'm just gonna take this eraser and watch how easily this comes off. Look at that. Pretty darn amazing. Make sure you have one of these in your arsenal. Funk away, spray this in here. You can use this in so many different things. It smells clean. What is something you have a lot of? In my home, it's water bottles. So this is the water bottle / drink station. And this organizer, actually for wine bottles, but it's been fantastic for organizing all of our water bottles. And everybody knows where to find it. Stations, my friend. Stains, we all get them on the carpeting, on your clothes. I got a better solution for you that is also cost effective. It actually removes red wine. You can use this on carpeting. You can use this on upholstery. You can use this also on your clothing. Stinky shoes. So 2 solutions I have for you. Rubbing alcohol to kill that bacteria. You can just put a spray bottle top on here, spray it in your shoes, or this product is awesome. It has a nice smell. It also kills the bacteria. So not only are you killing the bacteria, but you're giving it a nice fresh scent. There you go. Bing, bang, boom.
Here we are. We can grab this lint roller. Be very careful when you're cleaning your screens. This is okay. I don't love this. It's all right for lampshades. It's very satisfying to touch. And then you can easily just wash this off when you need to.
Vents, particularly those return vents. But here's a really quick, easy way to do it. Grab yourself a butter knife, a microfiber towel, and your favorite multi-purpose spray. If you can get your microfiber towel moist, it's gonna trap more of that lint and debris and the animals stuck behind your vent. So that's why I like this method. It's more thorough. And can I just say, it is super satisfying. I did this one vent in about 15 seconds. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and I feel like my house smells a little bit better too. Keep those buns fresher. I do like to put my bread in the refrigerator. And I don't like freezing my buns or my bread because I find when I thaw them out, they're just not as soft. But not anymore. Just use a freezer bag to put your buns and your rolls and your bagels inside, so that way they stay fresher for longer. It locks out that air, which causes them to mold and dry faster. Mwah! Fresh buns. In my experience, when you store your bread in the refrigerator and you double bag it with a freezer bag, this quadruples the life of your bread. Produce is important to wash it, and here's some tips and tricks to make your produce cleaning easier. This is fantastic, by the way. If there's any moisture that comes out, it's gonna end up down in here rather than your fruit or produce sitting in it. Changing your furnace filter. When's the last time you changed yours? On average, it's every 3 months or so. So I just like to put a little calendar reminder in my phone. That way I don't have to guess anymore. When was the last time I changed my furnace filter? I just look, I'm like, oh, lo and behold, today is the day that we get the job done. And sure enough, I go down there and that thing is looking nasty. Vacuum your main areas daily, sometimes even twice a day. Or maybe you're noticing that your house is dustier and seems to get dirtier faster. This is why you want to vacuum those high traffic areas on a regular basis. Your carpeting is likely to stay whiter and brighter. So no joke, I vacuum my entryway and my kitchen probably twice a day, and it takes me no more than 10 minutes. The inside of your drawers can often become disorganized, making it harder to find the items that you need. I am going to use this to organize the inside of my drawers. This can hold quite a few pairs of sunglasses. Look at how nice and organized my drawer is, and I can easily find things faster. Your ice cubes will be more exciting than ever before. You can actually get large ice cube trays and you can make the most beautiful ice cubes. Let those ice cubes sit overnight, and then if you want a nice cold beverage, and I was pleasantly surprised, these do come out of the container very well.
Any help that you can get someone to come and deep clean your house once a month, maybe that's in your budget. Enlist the help of your kids. So when my kids walk through that door, we're gonna make sure that they hang up their coats, they hang up their backpacks, they put their shoes away just like they would do if they were at school. My husband runs to the grocery store. If we need groceries, sometimes it's me doing it. We tag team different things, enlist help, and it's okay to accept it.
You're gonna take one of these, 25 of them come in a pack, and you're gonna stick this to your drain. Make sure that it's stuck really, really nicely. And you can see here, this is gonna help catch that hair that would likely go down inside your drain. And then after about 2 or 3 weeks, depending upon how often you use this, you can just pull this little tab up. You can see it's pretty stuck right there, and then you can change it out. No need to clean something else. Bathrooms are known for moisture. So for example, if you have fabric shower curtains like this, or you have rugs in your bathroom, as you can see down here. By the way, this is the only fabric rug that I have in a bathroom. I actually hate rugs in bathrooms. 1, because they collect so much hair. 2, they do not get washed enough for most people. And number 3, they house a lot of moisture, and then it's dark inside of here. I do not know why I still have this rug. Maybe I keep it for demonstration purposes, such as this video. You can take this off and wash it. However, oftentimes it's a pain because you gotta unhook all these shower curtain rings, and it's just kind of a pain in the butt, but I do recommend doing it every so often. In the meantime, at least once a week, I like to use a fabric spray, antibacterial such as this. Spray down your fabric and spray down any of your rugs. Again, wash your rugs frequently, and maybe consider doing away with fabric rugs such as this if you find that you're not washing them as frequently as you think that you are. I think people's houses and the bathrooms look great, and then you step on the rug and then you look at the bottom of your sock and you're like, what is happening down there? This is great. You can use this on your furniture. I use this on my entryway. You can use it on bedding. The possibilities are endless. It kills 99.9% of bacteria. We tend to have too many of something in our kitchen, and I'm going to name 3 categories for you. 1, utensils. I've worked hard to pare this down. Like, I used to have like 10 of these spatulas. Why did I have 10 of them? I mean, I even have 3, probably too many, but you should be able to fit all of your utensils organized nicely in a drawer. Oftentimes we think we're going to use something, but we haven't actually used it. The other place we tend to collect a lot of is kitchen hand towels. I have 1 drawer for all of my washcloths and hand towels, and we don't even go through all of these. So if you have an excess of these, ask yourself, do I really need that many hand towels? You should really just need like a drawer. And the third thing we tend to collect too much of in a kitchen is Tupperware or storageware. So really go through and see how much do you need and get a great organizer. This one is fantastic for organizing all the lids, but all of our storageware is located right here in this drawer. Cleaning blinds, such a dreaded job in my house. So here's the recommendation. I'm not gonna name any names, but it's to take a sock, some rubbing alcohol, and then this is how you're supposed to dust and clean your blinds. Well, that soaked through it. Hopefully it doesn't remove my nail polish. Just kidding. Okay, so we're supposed to do this to dust. By the way, my hand is wet. Okay, nice idea in theory, but what am I gonna do with a wet hand and I gotta get up this high and then I gotta put more rubbing alcohol on the sock and deal with that situation. I love rubbing alcohol in your shoes, but not for dusting. Okay, invest in one of these. It's a Swiffer, it works amazing. You can use it for quite a long time while it still attracts dust. All you gotta do, boom, 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 boom. Look at this. Yes, I'm cleaning faster and more effectively than ever before. We all love a good cleaning hack now, don't we? But wouldn't we prefer to clean more effectively and more thoroughly with things that actually work? Look at this. Take that, sock and rubbing alcohol.
Water bottle mayhem. 2 solutions that I have for you. Inside, these organizers are fantastic and they're stackable. And here's my rule of thumb. My daughter always wants to get water bottles, but I tell her all of these slots are full. We cannot purchase any more water bottles. If we are going to get a new one, then something has to go. And let me tell you this, she really rethinks that letting go of a water bottle. And we're able to leave whatever store, Target, Starbucks that we're in where she wants to get one. But these are awesome. Let me just pull one out here for you. There's a couple different storage solutions. We got a 6-pack right here. There's a 2-seater. We'll call it a 2-seater. Look at that. I mean, when you open your cupboard, it's very exciting. And I think it's just a great way to store everything right in here. And then we have an extra one. My other solution for you when it comes to water bottles that you're currently drinking rather than laying all over your house, I showed this in a previous video, but it is so darn good. I have to show you again, is this. It's actually for housing wine, but I love it for water bottles. And so we just keep it here in our corner, and then whenever I find a water bottle randomly throughout the house, I put it in this little nook, this little corner right here. And then these are still clean, people are still using them, but that looks way better than taking up all of your counter space. You may be saying to yourself, Andrea Jean, why do you have a laundry basket next to your refreezer? Your freezer and your refrigerator. Well, my friend, let me show you something. Let me know if you've done this in a while. You've gone through your freezer to see what's in there and cleaned it out. You're gonna take everything out. Can you guess what we're gonna grab now? Dun dun dun! Remember I told you I use this for everything? I literally use it for like everything. Look at all these crumbs in here. See all that? Moving into our next easy, simple step. Now going with your favorite multi-purpose cleaner. I love this one right here. Come on in nice and close, mean green. It is fantastic for your kitchen. Countertops, greasy stoves, range hoods, floors, sinks, refrigerators, and, well, freezers. And then I just like to take a big kitchen towel like this that's dry, spray it down, and wipe away. That makes me happy. All right, and then you're just gonna put everything back. You're able to toss a few things, reorganize, and look at how pretty that is. I love it. Yes. Rethink everything that you bring into your kitchen. So we don't need 500 boxes of Oreos in my kitchen. I didn't need 10 different spatulas at one point in time. I didn't need 20 pots and pans. We just tend to accumulate things over the years. So rethink everything that you bring in. Be intentional about those purchases. And number 2, be intentional about going through your kitchen on a regular basis and really deciding if it's something that needs to stay in your kitchen area. Moving on to my third hard to reach space, that microwave, or really any space that you can't quite get in with a butter knife and a microfiber towel. Have you ever thought of using the little brushes that you use to clean your straws? This was the recommendation that I gave to my friend Tara, and she said that it worked like a charm. No longer is she seeing crumbs and lint in different trappings between her microwave and her oven. You can also use this straw cleaning trick. Let's say you have a butcher knife in your kitchen, you took a knife out and then somehow crumbs fell inside there, even lint accumulates. You can just put this brush down in that butcher block. I want to show you all the tight spaces that the straw cleaning brush can fit into. Now your mind is probably like conjuring up the small spaces in your house that you could just have a blast with. Those sauces, we often do not tend to use an entire jar of marinara or Alfredo sauce in one sitting, and they tend to collect mold within about a week if you don't use them up. So here's a little trick using
freezer bags. Now you certainly could store your entire jar inside of your freezer with the marinara sauce in there. However, it takes up an unnecessary amount of space, and you know I'm all about space saving and organization. So put your marinara sauce inside of your freezer bag, lay it as flat as humanly possible, and then I'd like to take just a little straw along the side, suck out any remaining air, and you are good to go. The next time you want to use your marinara sauce, you can thaw it in your refrigerator a couple hours ahead of time, or you can just put it in a bowl of warm water. Maintain a decluttering mindset. There are 3 things that I want you to ask yourself on a regular basis when it comes to all the items that you touch in your home. 1, do I really need this item still? 2, do I really love this item? And number 3, am I even really using this item? I guarantee if you went around your house and did this with all the items that you see and you touch, your house would look so much more spacious, so less cluttered because of it. And when you do this on a regular basis, it starts to become a habit, and you can in fact breathe a little bit better because you don't feel like your house is closing in on itself because of all the stuff that we've accumulated over the years. Now I know I'm gonna get this comment, Andrea Jean, of course your house is not cluttered. You have a 4,000 square foot house. Well, my friend, let me tell you this. All my neighbors have the same size house, and many of them have cluttered homes. So the moral of the story is this. As human beings, we tend to fill the space. So you gotta work with what you have. 2 of my little tricks when it comes to decluttering. I have a bag that I keep by my mudroom area so that when my mom comes to visit, she can pick it up and donate it to different families because she works in a school district. I also keep a basket in my upstairs so that it's handy when I'm doing laundry, if I'm picking up the kids' rooms, or I'm in my bedroom, or I'm in the bathroom and I'm seeing items, you know, these do not fit that category. I don't love it. We're not using it. It doesn't fit anymore. It's going in the basket. Maybe you have some wood that's needing a little extra shine. I know that our front door is starting to look a little bit haggard, so I love this lemon oil. You can use this in so many different places, not only on wood, but you can use it in your stainless steel sink. Just grab yourself a microfiber towel or a paper towel and rub it in. Make sure that you let it completely dry, so for example the next day, so that you can really see the lasting results when it comes to this. Bonus, you're also going to pick up some dirt when it comes to shining up any sort of wood surfaces. Look at how beautiful this wooden door now looks. And I saved myself a ton of money just by using a simple household product. Here's another solution if you have any sort of scratched wood. I love this Old English. This is our mudroom area where it gets a lot of love with shoes and backpacks and sporting equipment. Much like with the lemon oil polish, you can use this to make your wood look almost brand new. Doesn't that look just so beautiful and shiny? Again, let this completely dry. This entryway desk has gotten a lot of love, so I did buy this mat on Amazon, and I've used these all around my house so that any sort of wood surfaces do not get scratched. A little preemptive way to resolve this issue. Oftentimes we have a wrapping station, or we buy expensive wrapping organizers and all those sorts of things, but you do not need that. All you need is something that houses garments, such as this one. This was from my daughter's dance classes to house her dance costumes. It holds quite a few wrapping paper rolls. You can even put the bags inside if you wanted to clip some bows inside. The possibilities are endless. And this was free, so to speak. I didn't have to spend any money on organizing supplies, which I love. I can store a lot of rolls of wrapping paper in here. Short rolls, longer rolls. This is absolutely amazing. And then you can just hide the bags in the back as well. And because we love to access that vertical space when it comes to all things organizing, this hangs perfectly in a closet. You can move it to and fro wherever you need it most. Pillows! I'm going to show you everything that you need to know when it comes to removing stains and whitening your pillows, ensuring that they last for longer, saving you money. Best case scenario, grab yourself some protective pillow covers that come with zippers. They come in multiple sizes. This is going to ensure that you do not have to wash your pillows as frequently. How often should you wash your pillows, you ask? According to experts, you should be washing them at least 2 times per year. However, I tend to wash mine 4 times per year. When most people wash their pillows, they complain of a couple things. One of them is that their pillows tend to get really clumpy. So I'm going to show you a way so that does not happen. And by the way, these are king size pillows that we're gonna be washing. Come with me. If you have any stains on your pillows or bedding for that nature, you're gonna use some of this Fulix. This is amazing, especially ladies, if it's that time of the month and you know what I'm talking about, I need to go there. Every pillow has care instructions on them. However, they're always different. Some say wash warm, some say wash cold, some say tumble dry on low, some say flatten, air dry. Let me show you what I do with all of my pillows. One thing that is consistent on pillow care instructions is to avoid the bleach. So this is what I recommend, and it smells so good and so fresh. Pour this directly into your drum, and then only 2 pillows in here, nothing else. If you put anything else in your washing machine, your pillows are going to get lumpy. By the way, these pillows are amazing. And then I do a quick wash for 26 minutes, and I do it on warm water. And yes, I do use fabric softener. Let's move into our next hack. We'll come back to this so I can show you how well they've washed up and dried up. This next cleaning and home hack is going to solve a bunch of problems all in one when it comes to your toilet, but here's a product that you want to avoid. I love Clorox. However, come down here. I bought these thinking, hey, this will be amazing. Your toilet's gonna be nice and fresh. If you have little boys, pee is gonna get all up in here. It's terrible to clean. I mean, look at all of these grooves that you have to clean in and out. And you can't even smell this product. So do not buy these toilet seats, at least this particular one that has the Stay Fresh pods, because my friend, it does not necessarily stay fresh. I mean, take a whiff. Can we even smell this? No, it smells like absolutely nothing. I like the concept, but not this. We're gonna come back to this toilet seat, but here's an everyday problem. On your toilet brushes, oftentimes rust will start accumulating on there. And this is my favorite toilet brush, by the way. So here's a little trick to get that rust out. I'm gonna show you another place to use this. This product is awesome. You just spray it on. Be pretty generous with it. Get that on there. And then your toilet brushes are going to look like new. Can you see that? It's basically turning white again. So I'm just gonna let this dry, set this down on here, and I'm gonna spray a couple more. And we're gonna come back to this in just a second. Here's another little trick to keep your toilet whiter for longer. I absolutely love these. Repels rust, and you can use this on all toilets, and it's safe for septic systems as well. Lasts up to 45 days, safe for plumbing. You're just gonna take one of these tabs, drop it in the right-hand corner. Woo! And then you wanna wait about 10 minutes before you flush your toilet.
A few moments later.
This brush has been sitting for a few minutes, so then I'm just gonna go in here, clean it off. You can actually clean your toilet as well with this, and then we're gonna take a peek at those rust stains. Now your toilet brush will look whiter and brighter. Let me show you another little trick. A comment that I frequently get when I clean toilets is, Andrea Jean, just pop your toilet seat off and clean it. Well, it's not that easy, my friend. Come down here. I have never owned a toilet seat that just pops off. You have to lift these up, and then you physically have to unscrew all these, and it becomes a whole pain in the butt. And then you can see all that rust accumulating in there. It is probably a combination of rust and pee. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. So put that in there. You can see right now that the rust is starting to melt away. It's kind of just like eating it up inside of there. But this is a great way to get that up and making your toilet hinges look better than ever. Cut here. We're going to eliminate this problem altogether, and actually come down here. I'm going to show you something. Not only is there this screw underneath the toilet, but if you can see, there's also a wing nut. So you have to unscrew all of this just to pop this toilet seat off, and so much pee gets stuck in there. Nasty. Okay, I just watched the playback on that, and I didn't realize how much pee was underneath the toilet. How in the heck does pee crawl up and get underneath there like that? It's like my boys they have a plan to make their mama crazy, so we're gonna clean this all up and get some gloves on. Oh my word, look at how absolutely disgusting this is. Don't worry, I'm changing out all the See this part right here? You want to make sure that you pop these caps off. I did end up having to use a screwdriver in order to do that. Clean right there as well. And then we have one more spot. Here's another part that's really nasty. Be prepared! Grab that same screwdriver or one that you have. Spray it down under here. Watch. It's been a while since I've done this, so I'm scared what I'm gonna find. Not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Now, come with me. This is super cool. Come on in here. We have a glow-in-the-dark toilet seat, so let's hope the pee goes where it needs to. You may be asking yourself, Andrea Jean, where do you hide your toilet brush? If there's a cabinet in your bathroom, that's where I put it, because when you go in your bathroom and guests go in your bathroom, they don't want to see a toilet brush sitting right here in the corner, and they collect so much dust and so many other things. You may have seen those toilet brushes that you can actually mount to the wall so that you can mop underneath them. However, I still think they are nasty because I don't want to see a toilet brush sitting there next to the wall if I don't need to. And again, it's still going to collect dust and pee and all the things. I like the idea, I like the concept. So right here in this cabinet is where I keep my toilet brush, and when I need it, I just pull it out and use it, and when I'm done, I just put it back in here, and then I'm able to clean this off as needed and shut the cabinet, and then no one has to come in the bathroom and, you know, like, stare at a toilet brush. It's a new day, outfit change, and we're talking about suede shoes. You gotta be very careful when you are cleaning these because they do not like water. Also, do not put these in your washing machine unlike other shoes. So I have some cleaners here that are specific to these types of shoes. I'm gonna link some other cleaners in the description box below that you can use. All right, inside of here gets real smelly, especially because you cannot put these in your washing machine. You want some sort of spray that you can stick in there, and you can use this after every single use. Spray those in there, let that completely dry. Now we're going to talk about cleaning them. There are a couple brushes that you can use. This is one that you're going to want to use when the shoes are completely dry. It's going to make your suede look even lighter and brighter. This one here, you could use an eraser if you want to. This one came with my kit. And then this nice soft brush right here. It's kind of leather based. Not leather based, I got leather on the mind. This is rubber based. You need a good quality cleaner. You want to avoid soap-based cleaners because they're going to actually attract more dirt and grime, much like if you're cleaning a stain off your couch, a stain on your carpeting. If it's a soap-based cleaner, it's going to attract more grime. See all the dirt and grime that's collected on these? Okay, my friend. Now, do not put your cleaner directly on here. You want to control the amount that you are using. I'm just going to put it right in here. There we go. Less is more when it comes to cleaning your suede. And chances are you paid a pretty, I'm a lefty, I gotta switch this around. Chances are you paid a pretty penny for your suede shoes. So you wanna make sure that you are taking good care of them. You can go in multiple directions to lift any sort of dirt and grime in there. I do want to grab one more thing. You can also use a microfiber towel, or if you wanted, you could put this in a spray bottle. Moral of the story here is I would avoid the DIY versions when it comes to cleaning your suede shoes. You just want to be very careful. Let's get all that dirt lifted. Are looking pretty good so far. Let's just get a little bit here on the toe. Now at this point, if you have any scuff marks, you're going to go ahead and take something like this or an eraser and just scuff them out. Let them fully dry, and then you can take a brush like this and just brush your suede shoes. I'm going to do it here on the dry part so that you can see. Once everything is fully dried, you want to make sure that you use something to protect your beautiful suede shoes. Because you know I try a ton of products and recommend my favorites to you. Again, nothing in this video is sponsored. I purchased all of these products, but you can see this brush right here. This is great for cleaning suede. It's leather based. It's a little bit larger. I don't know, it feels really cool. This is just to give you an idea on different tools that you can use. This is another popular shoe protector. According to this, it lasts about 15 days. So if you are wearing your suede shoes frequently, so for example, your Uggs, you want to make sure that you clean them often and protect them often. This is another popular defunking spray, Funk Away, that you can use on your suede shoes, gym bags, and so much more. Here are all the different ways that you can use Funk Away. I love the name of that, by the way. Garbage disposal houses a ton of bacteria, especially underneath this rubber flap. If I just reach down here with the cleaning toothbrush, let's see if I can, look at that. Do you see the dirt and grime in there? Now, many people will say just to take this part off. My friend, it's not that easy. So I want to show you how to clean this effectively. Ew, and make your garbage disposal smell better than ever. Ugh, nasty. Take a whiff. Yes, fresh as a daisy. The Pink Stuff, the Miracle Power Foaming Toilet Cleaner. 2 treatments are in this. I have a yellow pinkish line that is starting to accumulate around here in the toilet. So this is supposed to deep clean and help with any sort of lime scale buildup. I'm excited to try this out. I do like some of the other Pink Stuff products, particularly the paste. I don't love the multi-purpose cleaner, but I mean, it's gonna get all pink and foamy in here. I don't know, that makes me excited. That makes me want to clean. We're gonna put this in here and then let it sit for 10 minutes. It definitely smells like the Pink Stuff. They're consistent with that. We have all this powder here, so I want to take my toilet brush and see if I can just get it all around the toilet. Ooh, I will say this is super satisfying. Kind of reminds me of like shaving cream. I can see this really coats your toilet well. Wow. I like it just for this purpose right here. We're gonna let it sit just a little bit longer. The CLR has been sitting for about 10 minutes. Let's test it out. Okay, it whitened the toilet, but that line is still here. I will pull out my camera phone to see if I can show you it a little bit better. So maybe I just didn't let the product sit long enough, but I don't know. I'm not convinced at this point. I'm gonna give this one more whirl and see, but this time I'm gonna let the product sit just a little bit longer. I don't know how long yet, but we'll see. This has been sitting about 10 minutes, the Pink Stuff, so let's see where we're at. I have to say it did a good job of cleaning the toilet. Now my toilet was not too terribly dirty to start with, but I will say I like the process of using this product. And if you love the smell of the Pink Stuff, this will definitely permeate your entire bathroom. It's been about an hour. Let's just see what we're working with. It definitely feels lighter and brighter. Let's give it a flush. Oh, let me turn the water back on. Well, I will say it makes my toilet look whiter and brighter, but as far as removing the mineral deposits from the toilet ring, it's not my favorite. It does smell amazing. I do think it's a great cleaner, but not for this particular problem area. Lime Away, still my favorite. In your bathroom, maybe you dropped some red lipstick on something, there are scuff marks all over the place, or maybe somebody got into the Sharpie on your walls or on your trim. I have a product that's gonna help you fix that. We have some goof off here, and down below we have some Sharpie here on our trim. Let me show you how well this product works. Absolutely amazing. Look at this Sharpie, my friend. This is Sharpie on here. And I'm just using a microfiber towel and I'm buffing it out. Oh, it's so good. This also works on walls, but let me show you how well it works using some lipstick. Here are all the different places that you can use the Goof Off tar, ink and marker, gum, scuff marks, lipstick, and shoe polish. Oh no, you're getting ready in your bathroom and you dropped your red lipstick on, I don't know, a towel, a rug, something. For this, you're gonna spray this on and you're gonna let it penetrate your fabric for round 2 and a little more elbow grease. Pretty darn good for a red lipstick. Look at that. Probably needs one more application to truly get it all up, and then you're gonna wanna launder. I know, I think I could do one more treatment here and we would be completely gone. Have a consistent night routine when it comes to your kitchen. Make sure that your dishwasher is empty. Make sure all the dishes are out of the sink, that your countertops are wiped down. I have a rule when it comes to the nighttime. A body in motion stays in motion. So if I go sit on that couch before my kitchen is cleaned up, I ain't gonna wanna get my butt off that couch. So wipe everything down really quick. Make sure that when you wake up the next day, you walk into your kitchen and you are ready to start your day on the right foot. And literally cleaning out my kitchen sink, emptying the dishwasher, wiping the counters after dinner time really takes me about 10 minutes or so. And we tend to run our dishwasher every night. That way in the morning when the kids sleep for school or when they're eating breakfast, we can go ahead and take the dishes out and load it back up. Hard water deposits. Many people tell you to take your faucet or your shower head, put it in a plastic baggie filled with vinegar, and then wrap it over that. Here's the problem. Vinegar can eat away at many finishes. So can you see right here? Look at this. This is because the acidity of vinegar has eaten away this finish, so you have to be so careful when you do that. And you waste so much vinegar trying to submerge it in this thing and it's eaten off your finishes. Maybe it has removed some of those mineral deposits. I have an even better solution for you. Yes, you need something acidic. Let me just pull it out of my pocket here. Grab yourself a lime or a lemon, cut it in half, and then rub it on your problem area. When it dries, put a little more on there, and then just take a little toothbrush to rub it off. That way you're not ruining your entire finishes by soaking it in vinegar.
Routines, and more routines. It's kind of like, I'll work out later, but you know, later comes and then you don't get your workout in. I think it's the same thing when it comes to your kitchen. So every single night we run this dishwasher because it's full. So I just go in here when I'm cleaning and going through my kitchen routine. I grab my soap, I run it, and then the next morning while the kids are sitting here eating or after they've left for school like I talked about, then we take all the dishes out. That way it's just like easy peasy. What is one of the most used items in your home? And this is excluding electronics. Your couches. I have 4 kids and yes, I do have white furniture. When is the last time you really did a good deep cleaning of your furniture? I like to do it every 3 months, and let me show you why. You are gonna be appalled, but it's gonna be so satisfying all at the same time. And if you're ever feeling anxious or upset, what I'm about to show you is gonna relieve some of that. It's so good. But check out these couches. They are white, they are bright, but you're gonna be surprised here very shortly. We tend not to eat on the couches, although I do like to eat some popcorn in the evening on them, and maybe chocolate here from time to time. This is a must-have in your cleaning arsenal. OxiClean is fantastic for so many purposes, especially this one. Come on in here. You gotta it smells good, but it's not overpowering. Yes, take a whiff. Smell-o-vision at its finest. It also removes stains. Over 101 ways to use this. So this is what we're gonna do. Want to get it nice and warm. Oh, it smells so good. Fresh. I love the sound of that. It's like a kitten purring. I just did this first cushion right here. I'm gonna show you, it looks nasty. By the way, if you ever wonder if your house has a smell to it, oftentimes it's because of fabric furniture like this. This fabric likes to house a lot of different smells, especially if you're cooking, especially if you have pets, especially all the different things. But just this one cushion, mind you, smoking, yeah, my cameraman saying smoking, especially do this every 3 months. I would do this. I know it kind of takes a bit of a time, but you're gonna want it. It's gonna make the difference. Look at that yellow water. Just this one cushion. And I did this around Christmas time. Actually, in January, I just did this. That's nasty. Can you imagine if you haven't done this for like a year, what your furniture is housing? But not anymore. You have the perfect, simple solution. I have been dying to do this one, but maybe you won't need the laundry basket for this one. But if you have entry rugs with a lot of shoes, now might be a time to go through the shoes and decide, like, these winter boots can get packed away. We don't need them hanging out here taking up space. Or these ones. My husband has 5 pairs of shoes down here. 6 pairs of shoes down here. Some of these should probably go up into his closet. Now I'm gonna cross my fingers that it doesn't snow here in Minnesota again in April. So I have a whole bin here for all kinds of winter stuff. I'm gonna put the boots in the bottom. I like to put scarves, mittens, and hats in a separate bin. By golly, they all fit. Has to do with cleaning your screens. You want an easy and effective way to do that. And with the summer months, my kids had more screen time than usual. So as you can see, they're very dirty and grimy and like what is stuck all over them. So here are a couple tricks that I have. I love this brush. It's amazing. This like gets all the crumbs or whatever was stuck in there in and around the edges. And then this side you can use to clean the screen. Now I do like to use a little breath. Adds a little moisture when it comes to cleaning your screens. If you have too much moisture, it can damage your electronics, so the breath just works perfectly, and then you can just basically squeegee away all the fingerprints and gunk that have been left on your electronics. You can also use this on your cell phone. So you can see here the electronics are looking so much better. I'm feeling really, really good about it, especially as we roll into the school year. They look nice, shiny, and new. And then I also like to take just a Clorox wipe to wipe around the outside to help disinfect anything. What's great about the wipes is there's not too much moisture on them, so again, you don't run the risk of damaging your electronics. But this took me like, I don't know, 3 minutes maximum, and I felt so much better about it. And this is just so handy. You could just throw this in your desk. We have it in a drawer in our kitchen. You could put it in your purse, and it's fun to use, and it works. Light fixtures. I have these light fixtures in my office and in the bathroom, which I love, but they're a pain to clean, okay? Like I just don't clean them very often because I don't want to have to get out tools to clean it, but today is the day. So grab yourself a ruler. I like the ruler because it's a little bit longer than a butter knife, and sometimes your light fixtures are a little bit longer than that of a butter knife. Grab your favorite glass cleaner. I just happen to like this one, and then you can use it to clean all of those small spaces, get the lint out, get the dust out, get any maybe toothpaste that's splattered up under there. That does happen in my house. You could also use this method to clean in between your vents. However, the butter knife is a bit slimmer, so it fits in between the vents a little bit better than a ruler. Let's talk about carpeting. I have a love-hate relationship with carpeting. It's so soft and plush and cozy, and I live in Minnesota where it is so frigid cold most of the year. However, I hate carpeting. It is nasty. Even if you've maintained them well, you've taken your shoes off, you've done all the things, the skin, the debris, the hair, the dust, just all the bodily things end up on your carpeting. The next thing people will tell you to do is to mop. Yes, mop on a regular basis, but I mopped the floor just the other day. I didn't do this. You're gonna wanna take out a Swiffer. A vacuum is great, but it's not gonna do what the Swiffer is gonna do. The Swiffer is gonna pick up all that dust that's left around your floor that the vacuum did not pick up, especially in the corners. No joke, I just vacuumed and mopped yesterday, and this is what the Swiffer picked up on my first floor. So if you're not Swiffering before you do any of these things, this is a big miss. So I just did this room right here, and you can see how dirty the Swiffer got, like gray and brown. And mind you, I just mopped
the other day. I know, it's crazy how much lands into our homes that we're not even aware of. If you really want to attack things, I recommend that you vacuum, Swiffer, and then mop. I know it seems like a lot, but trust me, your floors will thank you. Make your bed every single day. You'd be amazed that when you make your bed every single day, the rest of your bedroom looks so much more organized than it actually may be. The rest of your room could be a complete disaster, but if your bed is made, it looks just a little bit better because that's what we first see when we enter the bedroom. I've even been able to train my 2 girls to make their bed every single day at such a young age. Now, it's not perfect by any means, but good is better than nothing in my opinion. And this lifelong skill will be fantastic for them when they move it on their own, they have their own home, and it gives them a sense of accomplishment first thing in the morning when they're able to check off a task. Because I love a lot of popcorn, I have these toothpickers around my home and in my car, basically everywhere, because I hate when you get kernels stuck in your teeth. You want to grab some of these. One side has a pokey end, and then one side is your regular flossing end. I just picked these up at Dollar Tree. Cell phones. This is probably one of the dirtiest things that we carry around, and there are a lot of crevices and nooks and crannies on a cell phone. So you can use the pokey end of this to get in between all of those little nooks and crannies and clean things out. I was appalled and disgusted of how much junk was inside of here. Thumbs up if you can relate to me on this one. Look at your phone right now. My guess is you have some lint stuck in between the camera or somewhere along the side of your phone. And strangely, something about this was very relaxing, and especially knowing that I touch my phone and other people touch my phone on a regular basis. You know, you're at the grocery store or something and someone needs to help you pull something up. I don't know, that happens to me from time to time. Do you have some earbuds, AirPods, or headphones? Oh yeah, a lot of wax likes to accumulate inside of here, and I have to be fully honest with you, I do not clean these as often as I should. Look at that hair inside of there that I keep putting inside of my ear. Maybe you have a rock or something annoying stuck on the bottom of your shoes and you don't want to dig your fingernail in there. I'm just going in with some Mean Green. This is one of my favorite cleaners. It has a nice fresh scent, and you can use the back of this toothpicker to get in all of those little grooves. And then I just like to rinse it out, and my shoes are going to look newer than ever before. However, these are actually my 7-year-old's shoes. There's a couple reasons that your toilet often makes that swoosh sound. In other words, it sounds like it keeps on running. One, you may have some sort of leak going down in here. The second culprit, which happened in my case, is the water is filling up too high, causing it to go in this overflow tube, which lifts the float, and then the tank has to fill back up again, and then you keep having this process over and over again. So here's the solution for you. You see right here, on this side, there's a plus sign. And on this sign, there's a minus sign. If you turn it towards the minus sign, it'll cause the water level in the tank to go lower. Also, then the water level will decrease down here. So if you're struggling with mineral deposits down in here, chances are you may need to raise or lower the water level. So all you need is a screwdriver, such as this one. Sometimes you can use your hands to twist this. It just depends upon each individual toilet. So for example here, if I wanted to lower the water level because it kept overflowing and causing that whooshing sound, I would take this and I would do 2 cranks at a time and then just see if your toilet keeps making that running sound. So 1, 2. And there you have it. And sometimes you just need to play around a little bit with your float. Is it too high? Is it too low? Is water running into the overflow causing that sound? And now you can impress your friends, family, and loved ones that you now know how to fix that annoying running sound in your toilet. Let's talk about rug cleaning. I'm going to show you my favorite and fastest way to do it, and most effective, and a way to keep your rugs stuck to your floor without damaging them. Whether you have tile like this or you have hardwood floors, it all works the same. We're going to do my rugs here in my mudroom area because these get super filthy. I don't have any pets, but this works great. at this. This is just for my 2 rugs. It's basically black nasty. I've tried everything when it comes to securing your rugs to your floor, and this is the best thing that I have found. It's specific rug tape. It's absolutely amazing, especially, you can see right here, look at how sticky this is. So you stick this to your desired rug, cut it, and then you can peel off the back and stick it to your floor. It works so well in this high traffic area here in my mudroom. You can see it's stuck down here. I probably will have to replace this every 3 months or so, but that is so good considering how much love that this gets. And then let me take you over here into my kitchen. I want to show you another area. It's a lot of movement and a lot of traction. You can see I have this here on our hardwood floor. It is stuck down really nicely. And again, about every 3 months or so, because this is such a high trafficked area, I will have to replace it, but it works fantastic. So what do you do when it's time to replace your rug tape? You're gonna get yourself some Goo Gone and a Scotty peeler, and this is gonna be the easiest way to get it up. You can see that this is surface safe for hard surfaces, carpeting, and clothing. Yes, it works amazing on your clothing. I have a dirty little secret that I'm going to share with you. If it's in your budget, it's these small vacuums. I actually have 3 or 4 of them. I'm going to show them to you because they are so handy, especially when it comes to cleaning inside. Like, let's just open this drawer. Watch this. You see there's hair all up in here? Like, why are there little eyelashes and things? Okay, especially if you love non-toxic smelly cleaners. Oh, by the way, I've got another one down here. There we go. This is not as powerful, but it does the job if you want to clean inside of your drawers. Like, you can do this so fast. Do you ever find those like stray hairs on your floor and you're like, gosh, I don't want that sticking to my sock? Down in here, get down in there really quick. Oh, by the way, and then you open up your cabinets and you're like, why is there like random crud in here? Fine, let's look under here. There's a smorgasbord of things. Yep, I'll also open this one. I mean, this is so satisfying and fun. Now, I know this one is a video entirely about bathrooms, but I have one of these in my laundry room. Let me show you. This is especially great in your laundry room because then you don't have to haul a big vacuum around. But yes, we've got another one down inside here. I like to work smarter, not harder. And these are fantastic. Like down in here, in between here, it's hard to get. Not anymore. While you're at it, you could just pull out your lint trap and be like, hey lint trap, how you doing today? Yes. Now, do you need to get crazy and have one in every stinking room in your house? No, but if you have multiple stories in your house, I would suggest that. I mean, all day, baby, all day. Yes. Moving into our next hack, many of you recommended this product. Cuts, grease, grime, oil, tar, and wax fast. And it's a stain remover. It says it removes crayon and that it's also excellent for use on your grout and tile. So let's go ahead and test this out. I got some crayon on a door. My husband and cameraman discovered this one today. He said, AJ, Trader Jane, what's all over the door? I'm like, oh, someone brought the crayons and got into here. I already tried wiping this down with just a plain microfiber towel and that didn't work. So we're gonna give it a whirl with this crud cutter. Remarkably well. I thought I was going to have to get out my magic eraser. Wow. Wow. I was not expecting that. Pleasantly surprised. I just like, now I'm like, okay, what is this? There's something sticky and sticky. Wow! Normally I'm not super impressed with a lot of these cleaners because I've tried so many of them. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it on some grout, right? Okay, this is a grout line. This is relatively clean. This one, if you can see as the camera picking up, it's darker. Okay, I'm gonna spray this on this line. I love a good spray when it comes to grout cleaning. And I'm just gonna let this sit for like 8 to 10 minutes to let it work its way into the grout, and then we're gonna get my grout brush out and see how well this works. I mean, this would be a game changer when it comes to grout cleaning. How about on flat paint? Flat paint is hard to clean. I'm seeing like this is either scuff marks, could be crayon marks. Here we go. Let's give this a whirl. Something lighter. Let's do it again. Better. It definitely is better. Like, okay, this wall is so dirty because it's in my mudroom. It's pretty good. We could just go to town here, can't? Let's just clean the baseboards. While I'm down here, how about in here? Meanwhile, my grout is sitting right over there waiting to be worked on. I like this. It says it leaves no greasy residue. I'm finding that it's drying pretty nicely. That's good. I didn't do this one. I don't know what this one is. I really don't know what any of these are. That might be a pen. Much better. Okay, let's do the grout. Oh, nice. Time for the grout brush. If we don't have to clean on our hands and knees, we are not going to. Let's do a little test here. I like to see how much dirt is actually getting picked up. So, clean spot. It's pretty dark. Okay, we need to let it fully dry to see how well or not well it did. My buzzer went off. These microfiber towels and mop heads are all washed up. Time to put them in the dryer again. Oh, it smells so good. With no fabric. Oh, something happened in here. Let's just see. Oh, one of my mop heads. Much better. No dryer sheets when it comes to these, of course. I think they smell so nice. It really is that Tide. Downy makes a version of it as well. And then I just go in here for normal and I do a medium heat. It's the next day. Survey says, did the crud cutter work on my grout like they say it should? Well, you be the judge of that. The answer is no, it did not. This was the Cleanest grout, and this is where we sprayed the crud cutter, and it did absolutely nothing. So your best bet when it comes to cleaning your grout is grab yourself some of this 12% hydrogen peroxide. I showed this in a previous video how well this works. Spray it down, let it sit, give it a little scrub-a-dub, and your grout will be looking cleaner, like almost brand new. Crud cutter did work great for the walls and the baseboards and removing crayon on the wall, but not so much for the grout. All of my microfiber towels are clean and folded and looking nice. I'm gonna show you how I organize them, but I wanna show you these mop heads. Remember we soaked them in some OxiClean White Revive? Look at how nice they are looking. Oh, smell test, they smell fantastic. This giant bin right here, I got it at Walmart. I think it was like $5. This is great for organizing a lot of towels, a lot of wash rags, in a pantry, in a bathroom. The possibilities are endless. Let's do it. My organized heart is happy. Now here is another little trick. You want to keep this in a place that you can easily access, a place that you're going to use the most often. So let me show you where I keep mine. I want to put these underneath my kitchen cabinet here. Now this has gotten a little disorganized on me, so hopefully this provides you with a little organization motivation on your end. Let's whip this into shape and make room for this. It's a lot bigger than I anticipated. I got a solution. Oh, and I'm noticing, I don't think, oh, like this is nasty on here. No! Haha. I think I like this. Okay, let's just see. Boom. That's pretty darn good. And I can easily reach here and grab my microfiber towels, cleaning products that I use most often. We have some extras over here. I like this. Yahoo! I am absolutely loving this. Something is so gratifying about having an organized space such as this, but I just want to keep opening and closing. Stinky washing machine. Many people will recommend that you run one cycle with vinegar and then you run another cycle with baking soda. So now you've ran 2 cycles and you've spent, I don't know, 2 hours dealing with your stinky washing machine. Now you certainly can do that. I've done it in the past, but I got something even better for you. I mean, this whole video should be called, what is Andrea gonna pull out of her pockets to make my cleaning easier? You're just gonna get an off-fresh tab. Tide also makes this version. I would not use the Dollar Tree version of this because it does not work very well. In fact, I don't think it works at all. You're gonna throw this in your wash and run it on a hot cycle, and that's it. In fact, many professionals will advise against using vinegar in your dishwasher and in your washing machine because, again, the acidity can eat away at the rubber parts in your washing machine and your dishwasher. A little tab specifically designed to cure your stinky washing machine. And then also, if you have a compartment like this, almost all washing machines, you can take this out. Make sure that you are cleaning this on a regular basis, keeping your door open, also keeping this tray open so that the water can be absorbed and not dark, damp, mold loving. We don't want that. A simple tab. I just gotta say something because I've been guilty of this as well. We all love a good hack because 1, we can save money. 2, often there are things already laying around your house. And 3, I don't know, maybe we're curious to try them, but I would say like 8 times out of 10, the hack doesn't actually work as well as something that's specifically designed to cure the problem. I don't know. Let me know in that comments box below if you can relate to me on that.
What's a chore that you really hate doing when it comes to your kitchen and that you want to put off? For me, it's mopping because I gotta do it when people are not awake, when they're not gonna get all over the floor and slip and fall because that has happened before. So here's what I do. I have a designated day. It's Sunday mornings, and I actually set an alarm on my phone when I wake up early at 4 a.m. and I mop at like 5 a.m. before my kids wake up. The alarm goes off. I know it's time to mop. I'm doing a little work. I'm getting my morning routine done. So if there's a chore in your kitchen, 1, schedule it in, and number 2, put a timer on your phone to notify you like ding, ding, ding. It's just time to do that thing that you hate doing. Okay, we're checking these. Remember these? We're gonna take a smell. You wanna take a smell? Come on in here. Smell these towels. They just smell lovely. They don't smell stinky. I know. Go ahead and dry these. And this will actually lead very nicely into the next one is vinegar when it comes to your towels. I know this is gonna upset a lot of people, but it's my honest truth. People will tell you to put vinegar with your towels, either in the drum or your fabric softener. Smell it. This is what your towels will smell like in your workout wear if you're using this as a fabric softener or as a rinse agent that I just showed you. Like, I've done this so many times and it just does not smell good. You may think it smells fine, but I guarantee if you did a smell test with somebody else, they're gonna tell you that something like this smells a lot nicer and fresher than this. Just smells like stale, wet, damp when you use this with your towels. And honestly, I don't think it really makes your towels more fluffy as people tell you that it does. This is something else I like to do every 3 months. We're here in my boys' room. It's washing your pillows. Yes, you can absolutely wash your pillows in the washing machine. I'm going to show you how to do it. Also, if you have a pillow that's kind of flat, you can just put it in the dryer for a few minutes to fluff it up. I don't know, it just works its magic with the heat in there. So let's go ahead and clean these pillows up. Come with me. So, Andrea Jean, how do you wash the pillows without damage? 1, you should probably read the product care instructions, but I will tell you this. It's confusing from pillow to pillow, even though the stuffing inside the pillow is the same. So this is what I do. You're gonna do 2 pillows, depending if you have a front loader or a top loader. Just 2 pillows. If you try to put something else in there with the pillows, it's gonna make the pillows look really misshapen and it's just not gonna be good overall. Again, quick wash. This time I'm gonna do warm water. I do like to use a little laundry detergent. You just need a little bit of boop, boop, just like that. And I also like to use some of this. This is fantastic, especially if you're drooling or you're sweating on your pillow, you're soaking through your pillow, whatever. I know, I like to drool when I sleep. I also like to use a laundry sanitizer from time to time, especially if it's like a new clothing product that I bought for pillows, for, I don't know, you name it. There's so many different products like this that you can buy, but it just makes me feel better. Let's wash these babies up and then we are gonna dry them in the dryer. Ceiling fans, an often neglected job. I only have 1 in my house. However, I don't get to it as often as I should. This is awesome. It does a lot of things. I'll show you a little bit later, but right now, look at this right here. You can take this off, which is really cool, and these are washable. Do not wash them in a fabric softener. Oh, and look at this, it just stores nicely. Boom, boom, boom. Swiffer duster for the fan is also excellent, but I just love this one because it gets the top of the fan blade really well. There are very few tools that get the top of that fan blade. Yes, and the sides. Never get on a ladder again to clean those fan blades. That is dangerous, my friend. I know many of you say, go get on a ladder, get a pillowcase, but why? Why would you risk your health from climbing on a ladder and getting a pillowcase? And I think this actually does a much better job. Look at how fast that I'm doing this. And I'm going a little bit slower than I normally would. Done! Can you see all that dust in there? Oh, that's satisfying. It's like the dust-eating Cookie Monster. It's like my little buddy, just hanging out there. You can hang it up if you want to. Now you may be saying, Andrea Jean, you didn't clean your whole fan. Well, I got you covered. Just gonna twist this off right here. This is like magic. Moving on to this magic stick. That's not what it's called. This is actually called the Blade Made. So look at this bends. Like you could put this any darn direction that you want. So if you want to get up in here, watch. All right, there we go. And now, how about way up top here? Oh, this is gonna be really dusty. Nice microfiber to pick up all of that lint dust so that when you turn your fan on in the springtime, if you do that, it's not flying all over your house, making your dusting job more challenging. I love that.
Time to check our microfiber towels and put them in the dryer. Yes, I do dry my microfiber towels, but I put them on a medium heat. Okay, here's a little pro tip that might help you if you struggle to actually fold the laundry. I know many of us can like wash it and then transfer it into the dryer, put it in the baskets, and then it just sits in baskets for days and days on end. Let me know if that's happened to you. I know I've been guilty of that for many years. Not anymore. I've conquered that because of a schedule. Number two, I like to pair it with something that I find enjoyable. So that's usually a cup of coffee. This time of year it's like pumpkin and caramel, and some music. And then I also like to set a timer for myself. So if I have just like 10 minutes to fold this basket of laundry, it's like I'm racing the clock. So it's fun and it's a game. I got the music going. I'm drinking my coffee. I feel satisfied after I accomplish this task. So when you combine those things and you do it consistently over time, you're never gonna have laundry just sitting in your baskets for days and days on end like I used to. AirPods, here I am so concerned about all the germs on handles and remote controls and light switches, but I have no thought about the AirPods that I touch daily and stick inside my ear. My friend, these things are nasty, especially the case. And if you can see sort of the mesh part of the AirPod, there is a buildup of wax on there. So how do you clean these babies without having to buy expensive fancy tools, and you don't want to damage them because they are expensive? You're gonna grab yourself some rubbing alcohol. By the way, you can just screw on a spray bottle top of something else and put it on your rubbing alcohol top, so then you can easily spray it. Then you're not wasting as much rubbing alcohol, you're saving money, you're saving time, you get more surface area. You can also cut the straw to fit the rubbing alcohol bottle, but you get the point. So use your toothpick to really get all that earwax around the actual AirPods. It's just gonna like peel right off, like really gross, but again, satisfying. Like, wow, that's been all up in my ear and I didn't give a care, but now I actually care. I should probably do this more often is what I'm thinking as I'm cleaning this. But when it comes to the case, I like to use a Q-tip because you can get more surface area. It works just a little bit better, again, using your rubbing alcohol. And then I just have a kitchen towel on hand so I can wipe things off that have accumulated onto my DIY home cleaning tools. Marinating that meat. If you have never tried the Olive Garden Italian dressing, I highly recommend it. Not only is it great on salad, but I think I love it more for marinating meat, particularly chicken. Just grab your freezer bag, put your chicken inside. Like literally, this is the easiest meal you could ever make, and it's super healthy. Drop that chicken in there. I let it marinate overnight. You could do it for a couple of hours, you could do it for a couple of days, and you have yourself a very tasty chicken sandwich. And you don't need anything else on that chicken sandwich because it is so flavorful. I do like a little butter lettuce. And remember those buns that I talked about? I've had these buns for over 2 weeks and they're still fresh. These freezer bags can also double as a glove if you're trying to grab your meat from the packaging. I love that. And by the way, this white mixing bowl, I use it for almost everything. Pretty much every single day. I got it from the $1.25 store. Thank you, Dollar Tree. Regular pet maintenance. I actually had a cat my entire life growing up until about 3 years ago. So I'm very familiar with long-haired cats, how much they shed, amongst the other things that cats do. But you wanna make sure you're brushing your pets on a regular basis because all of that lint, dander, hair gets caught all up in your furniture and your carpeting in the corners. If you had a dog that sheds, look in the corners of your house and oftentimes you'll see little balls of hair that have just accumulated throughout the week. This spray is absolutely fantastic, and in fact, several of you have recommended this to me. Where has this been my whole life? Car wipes are the bane of my existence. Whenever I go through the car wash, I never accept them. Let me show you exactly why. They are super streaky, even when you buy the high-end ones. Look in, right in here. Okay, watch. I'm gonna wipe, and it's supposed to be streak-free, and rarely is it ever the case. It'll dry, and it will look all streaky like this, and it drives me insane. So we're gonna let this dry for just a minute, and then I'll show you what I mean, and I'll show you an alternative solution. It's been a hot minute. Let's take a peek at those streak marks. Let me know if you can relate to this one. Those streak marks, you put the time and effort into cleaning out the inside of your vehicle, whether at your stoplight, a parked car. Just kidding, you're not gonna do that at a stoplight. That's not safe. But then you have this situation on your hands and you think, well, now I need to re-clean that or fix it or find a better solution or product. And I've got you covered because I've tried so many things when it comes to car cleaning. I mean, look at this right here. It looks like I didn't even do anything. I like to spray directly on a microfiber towel so that you can control the moisture and make sure with your microfiber towels that you are never washing them with fabric softener because they will leave a film and it's very tricky to get out. So let's go to town right down in here and I'll show you how well this works. Add a little more as needed. The best part about this is it's not wet, there's no greasy film, you can control the amount of moisture. Flip your rag around, give it a little good buff. And look at this, looking better. It's like you went to a professional car detailing place, yet you didn't have to spend the time or the money to make that happen. I mean, woo-wee! This is starting to look like a brand new vehicle again. Mama is getting happy, 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 happy. Let's just go to town, shall we? Now, let's talk about smell. Much of a smell to it, because I know many of you wonder about that, and I like all the smells. Like smell-o-vision. It doesn't smell like much. And I know a lot of car cleaning things can kind of smell chemically, oil-based, so I'm loving this. You're not going to pass out when you sit in your car from the nauseating smell of different chemicals. At least I hope not. So, winner, winner, chicken dinner. I have white couches, and I know many of you are like, Andrea Jean, what are you doing? You have 4 children. Now, I will say we do not eat on our couches. At least I try not to. So I like to clean these 3 or 4 times a year, and you are going to be amazed / appalled with all the stuff that you are able to collect when you use some sort of extraction tool. And then I just pair this with some OxyClean. Couches get used so frequently. This is one of those items that are often neglected, but should be cleaned more often than they actually are. And you can see here on just my one couch, I just did this like 2-3 months ago, how much more dirt I was able to extract from my couches. Now here's the secret trick so that you do not have to do this as often. You want some sort of fabric shield so that moisture and things are not sticking to your couch, causing them to look dirtier. I'm loving this. So many different places that you can use this Scotchgard. Again, my goal is to save you time, save you money, and make cleaning around your house so much more enjoyable. I want you to fall in love with cleaning as much as I do, although maybe not to that extent, but you will love it. And then just go in with a little fabric shaver. You know, you can get all kinds of pills on your couches and your pillows. All of this you can do on your rugs. My dad recently did this with his rugs and sent me a text. I got him into the cleaning rug and couch mode too, because it's really satisfying when you can see all the gunk that you're able to suck up. It's like my couch grew a furry appendage of some sort. And since couches are used so frequently, you want them to last longer, and they are not cheap. So let's ensure that we're able to keep them longer. I am a huge fan of smoothies, a great way to get protein and greens, and you can drink it on the go, but cleaning it out, especially if there's spinach and fruit inside and peanut butter, it's not my favorite. So I have a little trick for you using denture tablets. I just got these at Dollar Tree, but you can pick them up anywhere. 28 in a pack, steals and deals. These are fantastic for removing odor-causing bacteria and making it easier for you to clean and faster. One of the drawbacks with smoothies is oftentimes it takes some time to put everything together and then clean all of these supplies, but not anymore. Let the denture tabs do the work for you. And fun fact, you can even use these tabs in your toilet. It's kind of like the easy way to clean, but it's really effective. And if you don't like the smell of different cleaners and soaps, then this little home hack is perfect for you. I like this vacuum and mops all in one. However, it does not get your floors as clean as what I'm about to show you. The Swiffer, this attracts all the dust that your vacuum does not get. But you may be saying to yourself, Andrea Jean, I don't want to vacuum and Swiffer and then mop. I got you covered. Let me show you. When it comes to your toilets, this is a must before you clean your floors because there's like pee around here. You don't want to be mopping and then spreading that all around your house. No way, Jose. Plus, this is also going to help lift some of that dust even more. Get down around here, clean that all up so that your mop water is a little bit cleaner and not contaminated by what's down here. You're going to Swiffer all around your house. I can do this so fast. It's like a workout while you clean. That's probably why I like it so much. But Andrea, you're just gonna push the crumbs all around your house. No, my friend. Watch this. I have 4 kids. You're gonna collect all those crumbs along with all the dirt, dust, and then follow me over here. I just did this yesterday, so they're relatively clean. You're gonna make a pile, just like you would a broom, but it works better than the broom. And then you can suck it up at this point with your vacuum, or you can grab one of these babies. Woo-wee! And this is what your vacuum is not picking up. I heard the dryer. Let's go check those pillows. Looking good, baby. Ooh, and smelling good. I know they said lay flat to dry, but Mama's not doing that. Here we go. And this is real life. As a family of 6, this is how much laundry needs to get done today. This is clean. The moment of truth. Let's check them. Woo-wee! Fluffy. Not clumpy. Here in my shared closet with my husband, dryer sheets, I'm going to show you 3 ways to use these. If you need to clean anything, so for example, right here is super dusty, like come in here. I wanted to clean this out. I'm reorganizing my closet and like this is like a whole to do. Now if you were to take your microfiber towel and some sort of all-purpose cleaner and just start spraying, you're just going to smear this dust all over the place and then you're like, dang, I got to get a whole new microfiber towel. No, save those used dryer sheets because watch this. Can you see all this layer caked of dust in here? You're gonna go like this, wipe it up, and it just smells awesome, by the way, which is great when you're in a small space, a small closet. Look at this. All that dust that I collected with this used dryer sheet. And then go in with your favorite multi-purpose cleaner. I mean, you could stop right there if you wanted to, but you know, we're a little extra around here. And then you're just gonna clean everything up. See, I'm not just spreading that dust anymore. Amazing! There, saving you time, saving you laundry. That smells amazing. That looks amazing. I am happy. Now, let me show you the other ways that you can use some used dryer sheets. In your laundry room, if you're anything like me, you fold your clothes on top of your washer or your dryer, or any sort of flat space that you can get. So I keep these little used dryer sheets back in here. This is magnetic. This is fun. I'd show this in previous videos. But the top of this, I swear, almost every single day gets filled with lint. And I don't want my clean clothes or whatever I put on top of here to be filled with more lint. Look at how fast and easy this is. Yes! Wiping all the dust dust, and it's so satisfying to actually see how much dust you collect, like right in there. A ton of it in and around here. And there we go, we got that done. And then again, you could stop right there if you wanted to, but why would we do that? We're gonna go in a little multi-purpose cleaner, antibacterial, which I love. Shine everything up. We're not pushing that dust around anymore. And here's a fun little trick. What do you do with all the missing socks? I have these little magnetic clips at Dollar Tree, but you can get them anywhere. And then I just stick them. They're kind of hidden. But when I'm folding laundry up here, I can see if there's a match for any of these. Although I'm thinking these are long lost socks, but I'm not quite ready to dispose of them. The tops of our toilets are notorious for collecting dust. Like just right here. I swear, like every other day, there's a layer of dust floating around here. So again, just take your dryer sheet. This is gonna make your cleaning faster and easier. Oh, there we go. And then you're just gonna take whatever cleaner that you typically use to go to town, wipe everything down, make it nice and smelling amazing. Maybe you have a stinky water bottle. It just like, you like washed it and you're like, it didn't smell right. And they're like, I cleaned it, but woo, it's still got something in there. Or maybe you have a coffee mug that's just dirty. Here's the recommendation. You take some baking soda, you put it in there. Okay, that's fine and dandy. I got something better for you in my pocket. Denture tablets. You can get a whole box of these at Dollar Tree for $1.25. These are specifically designed to clean, well, dentures, your mouth, disgusting, dirty. Watch this. Put this baby in here, and then you don't have to deal with the baking soda. Oftentimes it's gonna sink to the bottom of your water bottle. So come on in here, take one of these. When you clean your teeth, you let it soak for about 15 minutes. I would let this soak a little bit longer with your denture tab. Let it work its magic, the effervescent, easier than dealing with baking soda once again, and cheap. You see those bubbles in there? Yeah, it's working its magic.
What's something that gets really dirty, greasy, and grimy in your kitchen? It's your stove top and up above here. In the last house that we lived in, the stove had caked on grease from years and years. And here's what happened. People were not wiping that down immediately after they cooked or within that same day. So it was so challenging to get off. So every time you cook a meal, and usually this is going to be part of your evening routine anyways, go in, get your multi-purpose spray, and just do a quick wipe down of your stove. That way you're never gonna have that issue where you have all kinds of caked on grease and grime, and then you're spending hours trying to get it lifted up. You're just gonna go in here, wipe this down. Here's the moral of the story when it comes to this as well. If you just do a little bit every single day when it comes to any of these things, you're never gonna have to dedicate hours and hours upon end to trying to get it nice, clean, and organized. If you have any grease along here, just quickly wipe it down as part of your evening routine, and put on some good music that you like. Get your kitchen whipped into shape so that it's ready to go for you the next morning, and you don't have to deal with caked on grease for years and years after that.
Produce is so expensive, especially if you want to buy healthy stuff such as berries. So I have the perfect trick for you to ensure that your produce lasts longer. You want to make sure that you put it in a clean, airtight sealed jar. And these berries can last up to 1 week. It is absolutely amazing. I don't know about you, but so many times we've purchased berries from the store and they go bad within a matter of 1 to 2 days if they are not eaten. In fact, it has been almost a week later since I recorded this, and those berries are still looking great in my refrigerator. Absolutely amazing. Here's another little trick for you when it comes to cleaning your produce. Get a bowl of water and some baking soda. I used more baking soda than I should have. Less is more because you'll be able to taste it if you have not rinsed your produce well. And I have to say, this method does take a toll on your berries, so I would use this more for grapes and strawberries and fruits that are a bit more dense. Let that sit for about 15 minutes in your baking soda and water solution, and you're gonna see all the gunk and grime that was removed from your beloved produce. Gross, but satisfying all at the same time. This is fantastic, especially if you do not want to buy a produce spray online or in the store. You want to save some money and want something all natural, and if you hate the smell of vinegar. And you can see here my poor raspberries took quite a toll with this baking soda solution. They're just not durable enough for this sort of thing. And if you do it, just make sure that you are super delicate and do it by themselves. So not only will your produce last longer, but you will feel better about eating it because you've given it a good bath.
We are number 7. We're almost at the halfway point. I'm starting to get sad. This next one is going to take your cleaning game to a whole new level. If you feel like a hot mess inside, well, if you do this, the rest of your external world is going to be like just a little bit better. Also, I want to show you on these pillows here, what is consistent amongst pillows is they do not want you to use bleach. So avoid bleach when it comes to washing your pillows. But let me just show you, I got these new covers a little before, and you can see they're wrinkly. They don't look that hot. We're gonna whip this into shape. And also, I don't know about you, it just feels super like therapeutic to do it. Let's just do it. This is also excellent on curtains. Let it brew. She's ready, waiting. The anticipation is the hardest part. See all these wrinkles right here? Now, are you gonna do this every week? No, just when you get a new piece of some sort, or this is hot, so be careful. If you get a new piece, maybe you wash something and it didn't come out of the dryer or washer as wrinkle-free as you would like. This is just gonna really elevate things and make things look more put together. It's kind of like if you're dressing up and you have a wrinkly shirt and you're kind of like, well, you missed a step there. You just get those wrinkles out. It'll look so much better. It'll really look nice and put together. Well, that's what I assimilate steaming. Like, this is probably one of my most beloved items, the steamer. And it's relaxing, very satisfying, kind of soothing, purrs at you. Now, these are some deep wrinkles that came in my Amazon box. I often will use a fabric sanitizer as well. It's just a spray for something like this. This I don't necessarily want to run through the wash. I mean, I certainly could, but not yet. I'm not ready for that. I hope the camera can pick up the differentiation here. This is the pillowcase that we steamed. Looks really nice, put together. And then this one, we did not steam. There's all these lines and wrinkles in here. It just really looks like I pulled it out of a box and put a pillow on it. The first time you steam it and get those deep wrinkles out, it's gonna look better overall than if you had not done it at all. But it just makes such a difference. You go from like A+ to like a B-, pull it out of the box sort of situation.
You want to clean out the inside of your dryer. Ours collects a ton of lint. Now, I do have contraptions that you can attach to your vacuum cleaner to suck it out, and those work phenomenally. But then I have to drag the vacuum up. I have to get the attachment. It's just more work than I wanted to do at this point with the limited time that I have. So this dryer cleaning brush, it's not just for your dryer, but that's where it works fantastic. It's bendable, it's long, and then the bristles on it just basically collect every possible thing you could want to get anywhere. You just stick it down in there and you're gonna pull up so much lint. Oh my word, look at that. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, that's disgusting. But now your dryer will run better. You reduce the risk of, dryer related fire hazards, and it's just a fun tool to use. I really love this, super affordable. And when's the last time you cleaned your dishwasher filter? I find that I need to clean mine every month. And when I clean it every month, it looks like this. We rinse our dishes before we put them into the dishwasher, and it just like stuff still accumulates all up in there. And if you're having some stinky smells in your dishwasher, the filter may be the culprit. So not only is your dishwasher gonna smell better, but your dishes are gonna be cleaner. Your dishwasher is gonna run more effectively. You can go with your favorite multi-purpose cleaner. I just like to use some Dawn Power Wash. It smells great. I love the product. Papers everywhere, in the desk, in the kitchen, in your entryway. There's just paper, 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 paper. And if you're not careful, these papers can take over your entire house, and then you just wanna forget about all of it because where do you even start? I have 2 solutions for you. When you get the mail from your mailbox, as you grab it out of that mailbox, I want you to start sorting it. Is this something you're gonna toss? Is this something that you're gonna keep? Is this something you're opening now? And believe it or not, most of the mail comes, at least in my mailbox, I can actually throw away, and it's junk anyway. Number 2, kids' papers. With 4 kids, there are a ton of papers and artworks and projects that come in those backpacks. So immediately when they get home from school, we open up the backpacks and we see what sort of papers are we gonna keep? Are we gonna toss? Is this something that I need to hold on to for a later day. And I have this little file folder that I keep towards our mudroom area, and it's for things that I need to hold on to for just a little while. And then every week I like to go through it and just make sure, do I still need this item anymore? Is this something that I can toss? Have I addressed the school related need? That way you're never overwhelmed by all of your kids' papers. What is that smell? Did a rat crawl in here and die? I am so embarrassed. Why is my filter just horrendous? And then there's 2 peas stuck in there from, I don't know, a couple nights ago dinner. This filter is disgusting. Borax, let me know if you've ever heard of this product. It has been around for years, but I do not think that many people know about it. Great for removing stains, neutralizing odors, and so many other things. You will often see people use this for killing bugs and for using it in your laundry. You're just gonna get some warm water and use a bunch of borax, I don't know, a half a cup or so, to clean and neutralize odors in anything that you own, basically. And look at how brown and dirty this water is. So gross, but I'm so excited that it is finally cleaned. And now I can really feel like my dishes are getting cleaned in the dishwasher, which is what you want. Did you know that you can sanitize your toothbrushes in the dishwasher? Yes, you can. We're gonna put about a half a cup to a cup inside of your dishwasher. People will tell you there's a precise amount. There really isn't. It's an art more than a science. But put that all over in the bottom of your dishwasher. There we go. I'm gonna do a little bit more because, you know, there's just a lot happening in here. It's been a while apparently since I've cleaned this. And we're gonna shut this baby. You're gonna wash it on a regular cycle. I must confess, I have not cleaned my fan blades in a long time. It's up here, it's out of sight, out of mind, and I only have one fan in this house. So I'm gonna show you some tips and tricks on how to clean them. Now, you may have seen people tell you to get an old pillowcase and use that to get your fan blades to collect all the dust, but here's the problem with that. You have to get up on a ladder and then you have to clean the fan blades, and I don't want people on ladders, and that's part of the barrier to cleaning because now you have to go get the ladder and clean the fan blades and then the pillowcase. It's just like a whole to-do. So I like the idea in theory, but there are simpler ways to clean those fan blades. So I have a tool for you. Dun, da, da, da. This works marvelously. Look at how long this is. And this rotates. You can use this to clean your walls. This even locks in place right here. So whatever you need to use it for. Maybe you want to use this on your baseboards. Yes, so you're not having to get down on your hands and knees. You can just clean up right and you can save your back. But we're also going to use it to clean the fan blades. And then I have a little hack for you on top of that. So let's get to work now, shall we? Actually, let's take a before. Let's look at this. It's been used just a little bit. It's just a little bit dirty. Not too bad. I'm curious to see how much dirt we're going to collect. So here we go. Woo-wee! Not too shabby. And I will say it is a little tricky when you have a moving target, but that's pretty darn good. All right, here is our next little hack. You're gonna grab yourself a fuzzy sock to place overhead. Look at that. Now you're gonna grab your favorite essential oil or whatever oil that you like. This, of course, is just a fresh linen one. It's actually used for a wall plug-in that I got from Dollar Tree, but it kind of works terribly as a wall plug-in. So I'm just gonna put this on my fuzzy sock. Put as much or as little as your heart desires. Ooh, I can already smell that. Let's turn on the fan. It's like fresh linen all day, every day. Now let's say you wanted to avoid this altogether. Did you know, my friend, that you can get fan blade covers, decorative ones, that you could just take off and wash? Now you certainly need to get on a stool to put them on there, but you can wash them. Or maybe you just want to bling out your space, make your area look a little bit more fun and exciting, and people walk into your home and they're like, oh my word, you have the coolest fan on earth. Well, you can tell them where you got the idea. Here's a little pro tip when it comes to cleaning with this. You want to make sure that one of your Swiffers is turned this way, and then you want to take your other Swiffer and turn it upright like this. So you see we got one up, we got one down, because this is gonna make your job so much easier. And if you have a lot of stairs in your house and you hate cleaning in between them, it's gonna make your job so much easier. Yes, honey. The pantry. If you watched some previous videos, my pantry was not looking so hot, so I knew I needed to implement some better behaviors and habits when it comes to organizing this. So I want to show you what has worked for me. But my number one rule, I would say, is bins help. And number two, don't buy so much. Unless, of course, there's like a famine or a drought or like a pandemic of some sort. But oftentimes we have just way too much product in our home when we can just go to the grocery store when we need to. So in here, yes, organized chaos. The bins help keep things a little bit more cohesive. Also, I do not have an excess amount of items. If I'm running low on something, I will write it down on a piece of paper, and then the next time we run to the grocery store, we will go ahead and grab it. Down below here, I love this system when it comes to snacks. This is free reign for my kids when it comes to snack time. We got these nice bins that you can pull in and out. Also, there's a few more snacks down here. Bread supplies, chips, napkins, bread, anything that you would need. But have a great system when it comes to your pantry. And remember, sometimes we don't need as much as we think that we need in our pantries. When I saw this cleaning hack, I about, well, fell over. Okay, here's the deal. To clean a dirty pan, here's the recommendation. You grab yourself some aluminum foil. This is not cheap, by the way. I made a satire parody about aluminum foil, you may have seen. Put it in a ball, and then you're supposed to take your soap and rub it all over your pan. Heck to the no, I'm not rubbing this in my pans. Like, this could definitely scratch a lot of surfaces, and I paid good money for these pans, so, I mean, skip this. No. Two things you're gonna need. You're gonna want these things. One, a little scraper tool such as this. You can use this all over your house, especially works great when you try to get up grease and grime in a pan. In fact, let me take you over here to my oven and I'm gonna show you how well this works. Okay, like right here, look at this. Scrape up that grease and grime. Let me show you another area that you can use these. Like little boogers. Just kidding, they're not boogers. At least I don't think they're boogers. Like to accumulate in here. And I can get in here. There we go. It's such a small, tight space. There we go. Lift any of that dirt that's stuck in these cracks, not only on your pan. And here's the bonus. You got burnt on grease in your pan? Get yourself some power wash. This works fantastic. Again, not sponsored by Dawn. Spray it in your pan, let it sit there for like a couple hours depending how bad it is, and get your little scraper tool out. Skip the aluminum foil.
This is a big one. This is something that I've had to overcome over these past couple of years, but it's an excess amount of utensils and stir things and little things with handles and cookware. So let me show you. Come on in over here. These are all of our utensils nicely organized. This drawer used to be like a complete disaster. I had to go through and really decide, do I need 3 spatulas? Do I need 3 sets of measuring spoons? Go through your drawers, keep them nice and organized. Everything should have a home. Let's move over to this drawer right here. That way when you're putting stuff away as well, it's just much easier. Look at this. Everything's nice and organized. Little lunch notes. We got the straws. We got the little press and seal back here. And then in here we have little baggies and little extra aluminum foil, all that good stuff. Keep those drawers nice and organized and go through and get rid of some of the items that you haven't used in a while. Maybe they're just not in great condition anymore, and maybe you don't need 5 of, I don't know, something.
What do you do if you have tall windows or tall mirrors? 1, you just leave it and watch the dust accumulate and whatever else tends to stick to it. Or 2, you just get really annoyed by the situation, or maybe you try to get on a ladder and then you're like, I don't want to get a ladder, I don't have to clean the windows. So this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna grab your Swiffer. This is just an e-cloth. This is specific for cleaning windows. This is fantastic because all you need is this cloth and some water. If you have distilled water, I would use it. If not, that's fine too. You can spray directly on here. You could also spray directly on your window or your mirror. So let me show you a couple places that we are going to use this. Follow me. This is pretty high to clean, and as a result, it does not get cleaned very often because I can't reach it. But now I got myself covered. You can also use this on the outside of your windows. Oh yeah, look at all that square footage that I am covering in here. Ooh, yes, we get this one. Again, if you have a tall mirror in your bathroom, this is a fantastic way to do it rather than having to climb on your countertop or get a ladder out or something along those lines. Vents and baseboards, I got you covered, my friend. Look at this, nice long handle. No need to bend down when you clean your baseboards. Look at this. Does the work for you. Again, this is machine washable. You can even get the top of the baseboard. You see? There we go. That is looking so good.
And if you really want to get crazy, you can do your walls. Look at this, way up high. Okay, you know what else? These vents. These vents get so nasty. And again, you can bend this any which way that you want. Oh, that's fun. Look at this one. Oh, yes. Ooh, this one over here. I love a good Swiffer duster, but man, this thing with the extended arm, you can wash it so you don't have to buy replacement heads over and over again. And then I'm like, now I feel like going to town on the rest of my baseboards.
Walls, ceilings, and baseboards. Now I own a Swiffer and I love it, but what if you don't want to go out and purchase that and you just want to DIY that? Grab a broom, grab a microfiber towel and a hairband or a rubber band of some sort, and this works just as well. And sometimes you can even get higher because broom handles tend to be very long. Like you get it every place in your house. And I have very tall ceilings in this house. And it's also amazing for cleaning your baseboards. That way you don't have to get down on your hands and knees to clean the baseboards and your floorboards. Like everything in your house is just fresh now, thanks to a broom, microfiber towel, and a rubber band. Did you know that if you put your cell phone in a freezer bag, you can still access your cell phone and use it? Yes, but you're protecting your phone. If you're baking, you're not getting all the cookie dough inside trying to read a recipe on your phone and it's all sticky and gross and disgusting. You can also use this at the beach so you don't have sunscreen on your cell phone or sand stuck in the little cracks and grooves. You could also use this when you're camping, or if you're like me, I am a daily at night popcorn eater, but I'm also on my phone like perusing, looking at different things. So no longer will my cell phone look like the bottom of a popcorn bin once I'm done eating. Here is my refrigerator before I've organized it as a family of 6. Now most refrigerators that I look in are so cramped. They are busting at the seams and like nothing else can fit in that refrigerator. And chances are it's because there are some expired items. Oh, this is definitely expired of December of 2023. I believe we're nearing 2025. So here's my solution for you. Every night when you're cleaning down your kitchen, you're picking up, just open your refrigerator really quick and just see, oh, are these some leftovers that have expired and nobody's gonna eat? Is this a bottle that needs to be tossed because again, that's expired? Can I organize this just a little bit better? Taking inventory, wiping everything down. That way the next day when you open your refrigerator, it looks so nice and clean. You have a fresh start to the day. Organizing my refrigerator took me about 10 minutes, and can I just say, it looks like there's almost nothing in my refrigerator at this point. The only thing that I would probably add to it is some fresh produce, which I'll get a little bit later today. How do you clean screens, phone screens, and computer screens without damaging them? Well, I'm testing out a new product here with you today. It's the Screen Daddy. Clean your screen from smear to clear. Now, this is an interesting concept. What you do is you just take one of these off and you stick it to the back of your device like this. And by the way, brilliant marketing on Screen Daddy's part, because now everyone can see on the back of your cell phone the branding for Scrub Daddy / Screen Daddy. But you just peel this off the back of your phone. It's pretty sticky. You can wash this and clean this. And let's see how well this removes screens. Let's get it black here. You're gonna use the smiley side to just go over your screen like that. Oh, it's working nicely. I mean, that works pretty awesome. I like it. And then when you're done, if you want to, you can just go ahead and stick it back here. Again, not sponsored by Scrub Daddy. You can stick these wherever you want to. And let's do it on the computer screen so you can see how well this works. Now, before we do that, let's really make Screen Daddy work for it, shall we? Here at my microwave, this gets filthy with fingerprints. I was walking by to go to my computer and I'm like, I just want to try this because it works on this. It's gonna work on pretty much anything. I got some sticky something over there. That worked great. Did you see those fingerprints vanish? I like the material on this over here. Ooh! Maybe I'll just stick this to my microwave. I'm just kidding. Let's do the computer screen. I mean, who's touching my computer screen? Like, okay, yes, it's me. I'm guilty. Let's just take this for a ride, shall we? Ooh, this is bad. How did all these get here? That works amazing. No moisture, so you don't have to worry about that causing potential damage. Well, let's just say one, time, convenience. This is so convenient. This is literally at your fingertips, so you can put this anywhere. It's small. I like this. Very good. And last but not least, when it comes to your kitchen or really anywhere in your home, is have a one-touch rule. The inclination is just to set something down when you come into the house and then you're like, I'll just pick it up and I'll put it where it needs to go later. No, my friend. If you know that you have something, put it in its designated home immediately rather than having to like move it around your house. Maybe you put it here and then you move it over to here and then it finally makes its way into its designated area, which in my case is the office. Sometimes you just want to clean your rings at home rather than having to bring it to the place that you bought it, because oftentimes they do free cleanings. Here's what people recommend: toothpaste to clean it. Yeah, it works, but like then you gotta deal with like all of this in your fingers and getting this out of those nooks and crannies of your ring. Here's an even better solution for you. And by the way, toothpaste is expensive. Get some warm water in a little dish like this, a little cleaning toothbrush, and then all you need is a little dish soap. That's it. That's all you need. And you need a good brush to clean in those nooks and crannies. The dish soap will help loosen up any grease or grime that's stuck in there, make it nice and shiny, and then your toothbrush is gonna do the job by getting rid of all of the gunk and nonsense that gets stuck in those rings. I don't know, take your pick, toothpaste or just a little soap and water. Ding, ding, ding.
Now, along these same lines, many of us, and yes, I was guilty of almost all of these things at one point in my life too, are an excess amount of, I'm gonna call them Tupperware, it's not Tupperware, but different food storage organizers. We have too many lids, we don't have matches to things, we have like 20 different of these things that we're never gonna actually use. We are a family of 6, and this is plenty of food storage, and we eat over 90% of our meals at home. So go through those, I keep wanting to say Tupperware. I know many of you are gonna be like, it's not Tupperware! Andrea Jean, go through your storage solutions, your food storage solutions, and really see if you can get rid of some of that.
When's the last time you washed your shower curtains? Yes, your fabric ones and the liners. You can throw all of this in your washing machine. I like to wash it on a warm setting, and then I will dry them. This clear plastic one I don't dry, I just hang it over to my deck to dry. And then here's a little trick when it comes to washing this stuff, because it can house a lot of smells. You know, you have moisture, it's damp, and then you turn off the light and then it's dark. This is like a breeding ground for smells and bacteria. Again, not sponsored, just sharing with you what I love. I love this Clean Boost fabric rinse. Downy also sells a very similar version. It's called Rinse and Refresh, but you can see right here, this cleans deep, breaks down residues, and freshens fabrics. I do not use vinegar in my washing machine because I actually think that it stinks and doesn't actually freshen your fabrics, but this stuff works. Main ingredient, in fact, is it the main ingredient? Cleanse it. Yes, it is the main ingredient. It's the number one ingredient, citric acid. So now's the time and motivation to wash all of your shower curtains.
Carpeting. I absolutely hate carpeting. My goal is to rip it all up, hopefully in the near future. Have you ever seen carpeting and carpet pad that's been removed from a house? If someone's changing it out, you're like appalled. And I clean mine pretty frequently. Like I just, It's a love-hate relationship. It's soft, cozy, and comfortable, but I digress. What if you vacuum spaces, like your stairs, for example? The vacuum is great, but sometimes you can't get in all those nooks and crannies. The rise and the run of the step, yeah, and like along the lines of it, if you have pets, again, I don't have any pets, but human hair accumulates in there that my vacuum did not pick up. And I have a great vacuum, so get yourself some rubber gloves and just take your fingers along there. You will have vacuumed, and then you go in with your rubber gloves and you're like, oh, really? I thought I was cleaning, but now I'm really cleaning. Prevent freezer burn. Chances are you've seen people put meat inside of freezer bags to keep it fresher for longer. I know that we do that, and you probably do it as well. But have you ever thought about putting your ice cream inside of freezer bags? Not only will your ice cream last longer and be less prone to getting freezer burn, which is disgusting. No one wants their ice cream tasting like that. But here's a super simple trick to keep your freezer more organized. You can put actual pints of ice cream inside of these freezer bags. You can also put larger portions of ice cream in, but it works great for popsicles and little fudge bars and dreamsicles. So put them inside of the freezer bag, and then I just cut off a label on the packaging. So that way when you look at your freezer bag, you know exactly, oh, this is a bag of dreamsicles, or oh, this is a bag of bomb pops, and this is a bag of fudgesicles. Now when my kids open the freezer, all they have to look at the picture and they know exactly what's inside. Everything is nice and contained. Nothing is loose and rolling around the freezer. There's no more disgusting boxes and cardboard taking up space. I absolutely love this. You can see in my freezer, I was able to fit 3 filled freezer bags with tasty freezer treats inside of this little drawer. Those throw pillows and blankets, I love it. It makes it cozy. You want to unwind, watch some Netflix, eat some popcorn maybe. But if you haven't washed your throw pillows, blankets, and even the comforters on your bed for quite some time, now is the opportunity to do so. I wash all of our throw blankets every single week, and I wash the comforter, which we don't really actually sleep with, once a month. If you're not sure how to wash your pillows, I'm gonna link a video, maybe a couple videos in the description box below about how to wash them, how to remove stains, really anything when it comes to washing your pillows without damaging them. The bathrooms! You know you are in a clean home if you go over to somebody's house and you use the bathroom and you're like, this looks really nice in here. Like, this is a decently clean bathroom. Let me share some tips and tricks with you how you can do the same thing. First and foremost, I recommend having a clear countertop rule. If at all possible, find some creative storage solutions. That way you don't have all kinds of stuff all over your bathroom counters. 1, it just visually looks more cluttered. 2, it's harder to clean because you gotta move all that stuff, like all the things that we tend to keep on bathroom counters. If you have cabinets underneath or up below, or you have a side pantry, mudroom, closet, or something that you could utilize, use it. Keep supplies in every single bathroom. That way you can easily wipe down the mirrors should you need to, wipe down the countertops, do a quick wipe of the toilet, refresh and change out any supplies such as hand soaps. I also change my hand towel every single day in our main bathroom and oftentimes in my boys' bathroom because toothpaste accumulates in that sink on a daily basis. So believe it or not, every single day I wipe down the mirrors if they need it, the countertops, the toilets in 4 of our bathrooms. And this takes me just 15 minutes or so, and it looks so much nicer. That way if a guest came into our home, especially the main bathroom, they're not gonna feel disgusted by using my toilet, especially with 2 little boys, if you know what I mean. Relatively lightweight, your arm will not get tired, respectively, when you are vacuuming. There are quite a few bells and whistles when it comes to this. I'm going to show you hands-on. Like, this is so nice. You just pop this off. Look at all this. I thought my carpet was clean prior to getting this one, but not so much. And then you just empty it, lift this, and it'll pop right open, and you can clean that out. And then you just go ahead and pop this baby right back in there. And then if you look right on here, there are multiple settings. You can use this on hard floor, on carpeting. There's also a really cool light attached to this. If you need to vacuum your car, if you need to vacuum your steps, that was the bane of my existence. I wouldn't do it because I hated all the tools. This comes apart. I'm gonna show you exactly how to use it. But first, let's go ahead and I'm gonna empty this out and we're just gonna vacuum here in the basement so you can see how well this gem works. This is my new BFF. I'm starting with the empty tank here, and the best part about this is when you have fun cleaning supplies, I don't know about you, but it makes me want to use them and clean, so. Oh! And I have to say, if you love carpet lines, if it brings you that much satisfaction as it does me temporarily, because my kids will trample all over it, you're gonna love this. All right, I just did this last week. Look at all this that is collected from this small area. Yes, I'm loving it. Let me show you how this comes apart so you can use it on your steps and in your vehicle as well. Oh, and did you notice that nice light on the front? So that way if you are in darker areas, it just lights up for you so you don't miss anything. Here's another big thing so that your arm doesn't get tired. This is basically self-propelling. It moves basically by itself. You just gotta give it a little push. My Dyson, I have to say, my arm will get really tired after a while. No hate against Dyson, but this one is just fantastic. This is partly why I think it works so well. Not only does it have an excellent motor, but look at the brushes right here. There are 2 brushes. This is sort of a microfiber one. We have some softer bristles and a little bit rougher ones, and then another one down here. And then this is rubber. I have not had any hair get wrapped around in here. You know how often happens with vacuums. I've used this for a couple weeks now all over my house, and I have not had to clean it one bit. Here's the truth, when it came to cleaning my stairs, I would go over a month to not vacuum them because I hate it, especially these ones, like much longer than that. But not anymore, like I'm excited every week to do this. Let me show you how quick and easy this is. All right, if you wanna take off the handle, there's a little button right here. You pop it off. This thing comes off. Look at this, yes? And then step on this. But bam, babe, look at this. You can just carry this in your car. You can carry this around your steps. And then, oh, yes, and little attachments are right here, depending upon how you want to do this. And here in the handle, you just push this little button. Okay, this pops off. Take this, stick it in here. I mean, you could have kept this on the whole time, but I just wanted to show you. And then you take this little doohickey, put it in there. And the suction on this is amazing, so especially if you have pets. There's a maximum and a minimum. I just leave it on the maximum. Look at We're moving into the closet. I know it doesn't look like I'm in the closet, but I'm gonna share a little trick with you that you can use also when it comes to your closet. So look down here. We have all these pots and pans and different organizers that I no longer need. My mom is coming today and she's gonna donate these items. So have a designated area where you put your donation items. It's important to constantly be going through your stuff and deciding if this is something that you wanna keep or something that you wanna donate. I do a very similar thing when it comes to the clothes in my closet. In fact, I do have a clothes bin for her, so I'll share that with you. In my 3-year-old's closet, because she doesn't have as much stuff as the rest of us, is where I keep these bins. This is just a Dollar Tree bin. So anytime I'm going through laundry or folding clothes and I decide this is not something that they're gonna wear anymore, I put it in here. So I'm happy to impart it to somebody new. My most satisfying grooves in your hardware or handles. It could even be light switches. These are frequently ignored areas. We clean the outside of them, like we'll spray them down, but then really get in there. And if you look at mine, especially the one by the garbage can, it's like little boogers along the handle and dirt. And I'm like, oh, gross. I wipe this down almost every single night, but like it's still dirty. So get yourself your favorite multi-purpose cleaner and a toothpick. I could literally do this all day, just scraping the grime from the hardware and pulling it up, and I'm like, oh my word, like, oh. I make it lose track of time just doing this, how relaxed. It's like popping a pimple, although it doesn't hurt. So if you have any sort of grooves in hardware, just get out your toothpick, go to town, yes. This is one you're gonna wanna have in your back pocket because when it rains, it pours. That was a terrible joke, but you get the point. In your vehicle, most of us have an umbrella inside, and if not, now is the opportunity and the chance. But what I like to do is I like to store the umbrella inside of a freezer bag. Not only does it keep it nice and contained, but also for what I'm about to show you next. So you're out in the rain, it's pouring, it's all wet, now you gotta go inside. Maybe you're going grocery shopping and you got this wet umbrella. You're like, what do I do with this thing? I don't wanna put this wet umbrella in my cart, it's taking up space and I gotta get everything away from this wet umbrella so it doesn't make my cardboard boxes all soggy. Now there are some stores that do have umbrella bags, such as Target, which is amazing. Thank you if you never knew that. It's usually when you enter the door. So the next time it rains and you have your umbrella, grab one of those. But if you're in a store, because a lot of stores don't carry them, take your Ziploc bag and put your umbrella inside. And then you can put it in your purse depending upon the size of your purse and nothing else is gonna get wet. Window treatments. When's the last time you washed the curtains in your home? This is often a very neglected area and they like to accumulate a lot of dust, a lot of grime. Today is the opportunity to remove them and wash them. And I wash them just like my regular laundry with warm water. One thing I do like to use is Downy Rinse and Refresh. So it can really break down any residue within the fabric of the curtain and it just smells amazing. Now many people will teach you how to clean your blinds. I have lots of videos on this channel of how to do that, especially when it comes to dust proofing your home. But what they don't show you or talk about is when you open your windows, how do you clean the screens? I'm going to show you something. Oh, I was impressed, disgusted, but yet impressed at the same time. I should have had like a mask on. You're going to grab the screen cleaning tool. I think this is pretty cheap on Amazon. And you're going to want to clean off your screens. See all that smoke? Look at this. Look at all of this debris on there. Best case scenario, have a fan pointing at your window so that way anything's flying outside of your home rather than inside. Oh my word, look at all of that! Ah! Go, 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 go! This was really really satisfying. We often have a sink full of dishes at some point in our day, and usually it's in the morning when it's the hustle and bustle, kids are getting ready, we're dumping them in there, we haven't quite unloaded the dishwasher. But we can whip this kitchen into shape lickety split in about 10 to 15 minutes. Here's a trick that we do. We run the dishwasher every single night, and then the next morning when we're getting the kids ready for school or the kids have left for school, we put all the dishes away and load it back up. If any dishes need to be hand washed at this time, that's when we do it. That way there's just a small period of time in the day when the sink is flooded with dishes, and that's usually transition time. We need to take the clean ones out and put the dirty ones in. And incorporate help when it comes to dishes. Growing up, my number one job was to put the dishes away in the dishwasher. And here in our household, my husband and I split most of our chores 50-50, so it makes doing everything around the house so much easier. I'm taking you into my master closet and I'm going to show you some tricks. I share this closet with my husband and it stays organized like this about 90% of the time. First and foremost, if you can, matching hangers make such a difference in making your closet look more organized than it actually is. The consistency in color, just tremendous. So if you can get some hangers that are all matching, I highly recommend it. And this is a little extra. This is not something that you have to do, but let me just show you. I've color coded my closet because once you've color coded, it's easier to keep it that way. So as you can see here, it just makes it look more organized than it actually is. Okay, then moving into our next tip.
Sometimes your vacuum can't get in those corners and get all the crumbs along the line. I'll show you exactly what I mean. So I'm obsessed with mini vacuums because you can just grab and go. I use these to vacuum the inside of my car. This is recently on sale. I put it on Instagram stories, but let me show you what I mean. Like, okay, right in this corner, we'll vacuum it, but you can't get deep in there because of the shape of the vacuum and it just doesn't get deep in there. And I have a really good vacuum. Look at that, gone. It's over here. Woo-wee. Okay, right here by the refrigerator. See these crumbs? Vacuum can't get in there. Right in here. I love this thing. This really takes your cleaning to a whole new level, and you can use this inside of drawers. I've used this inside of my refrigerator, inside of my freezer, basically anywhere where you want to pick up little bits of things.
Let me know in the comments box, when is the last time you vacuumed your furniture? I know I'm guilty of this. It's just not the first thing that comes to mind on a Sunday, like, hey, let's just vacuum all the furniture. However, this is something that's very crucial, even if you don't eat on your couches, because all the dead skin cells and hair and things that we can't even see are all up in here, especially because many of us spend so much of our time on the couches and lounging and hanging at the end of the evenings. So get yourself a great vacuum in order to do that if you already have one on hand. If not, I love this one and I'll show you exactly why. It's also great for your steps. This thing easily pops off. Look at that. I know, it's genius. She purrs like a kitten. Now, many couches you can take off the cushions to wash them. However, in my experience, taking off all the couch cushions, washing them, and then trying to get them back on these cushions is really a pain in the butt. So I just like to use my little Bissell Green machine, which I've shown so many times in this video. Now, once you vacuum your couches, and assuming you've already cleaned them, there's something I do like to use. A little antibacterial fabric spray. Not only will this help eliminate any odors that may be lingering in your couches from pets and body odors and whatever else is on those couches, but also it's going to kill any sort of bacteria, so hopefully everyone stays just a little bit healthier. And it just has a nice, pleasant, fresh scent to it. I love that.
Your garbage disposal. Nasty. And then again, take your toothbrush that we have molded to our liking, but this time I'm deciding that I don't like this angle. So I want to get it on fire, heat it up, and then I can bend the brush. Now, you're not going to want to do this all the time because eventually your toothbrush is going to break apart. So have two on hand for different spaces that you might want to clean, such as inside of your washing machine or underneath the lip of your garbage disposal. You know, that little rubber flap. And so many of you tell me, like, Andrea Jean, just remove that part. But in my particular case, it's like sealed in there. I can't just pop it off. So I need to find good gadgets and tools to clean under there because, as you can see, it is disgusting. Like vomity boogers and phlegm have grown up inside underneath there. By the way, I'll clean my sink, make it very shiny, but I often forget this area and I'm like appalled. So if you've not cleaned under this area in quite some time, now might be an opportunity, now that it's in the forefront of your mind and now you've got a visual of something very disgusting stuck underneath my garbage disposal. I hate garbage disposals, by the way. Maybe this just happens to me, but often I'll go for a walk and I see garbage along the side of the road and I just feel inclined to pick it up, but I don't have anything with me. Like I didn't plan to go garbage picking on this glorious walk that I'm on. And this is a fun activity to do with your kids or your grandkids or nieces and nephews as well. So not only getting exercise, but you're loving up on the environment. Keep a freezer bag in your pocket or your little pouch that you're walking with. And anytime you see garbage or trash along the side of the road or sidewalk, just go ahead and pick it up. Now the freezer bag does double as a glove if you want to pick up any garbage, but I will say this. We can always wash our hands or use hand sanitizer when we're done picking up different things. And I don't know about you, I'm pretty confident that my cell phone has more bacteria on it, remote controls, door handles, public restrooms, than the tiny corner of a piece of garbage that I put in a bag. Because I know many of you are gonna be like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe you touched the garbage. Now, best case scenario, you just store a disposable glove inside of your Ziploc bag. That way you are ready to go, you are protected, you are feeling good, your hands are clean, you're saving the environment. Because after all, we all have to live here. It just boggles my mind when people just throw garbage out the window along the side. Like, just why are we littering outside? Is it just me? It drives me insane. If you go to Target or Walmart, oftentimes you may get plastic bags if you did not end up bringing your own. I do like to reuse those, and this is a great way to reuse them. However, did you know that in 2024, I think 12 different states banned plastic bags, which I think is fantastic. So if you live in a state that you don't have plastic bags lying around, a Ziploc bag is a great alternative. Again, you can wash it out, you can sanitize it, you can dry it for the next time you go on a walk and you just want to help out the environment and make your neighborhood look a little bit nicer. Tape. This is going to be your new best friend. You're just going to take a piece off and you're just going to roll it and kind of make a little guard on your hand. I don't know, wrap it around there nice and tight. Now, the reason that you want to do this every so often or so is because often your vacuum does not get the very corners of your home, especially behind doors, in closets, on your stairway. I love my vacuum. It's fantastic. I could remove it, put the little hose on and go to town in the corner, but it's still not going to get it as well as a little piece of tape will do. Watch this. You go down there and you just rub your hand along the corner, especially in between a door, or again along a stair. You're gonna see all the grime, dirt, dust that accumulates on there. Now, I haven't found any other tool that does this better than just sticky tape. I have used a little lint roller, but again, your fingers get in there much better than a lint roller can. So get your tape out. I want to know in that comments box below how much gunk you're going to accumulate in there. A clear countertop rule, not just with the bathroom, but in your kitchen especially. Oftentimes, the first thing that people see when they come into your home is the kitchen. And if your counters are so cluttered with stuff, it's going to make the rest of your house seem smaller and visually more chaotic. So if you can get creative with your storage solutions, do that. When you wake up the next day, you want to walk into your kitchen and you want to feel like you have a fresh start. And when you've cleared your countertops the previous night, you're gonna have just that. You're ready to take on your day. In every room or bathroom, depending upon where you like to undress, make sure you have a spot for dirty laundry. All of my kids have a hamper or dirty laundry basket. Ours is right here. You can just throw it in here. This is actually my husband's. I tend to take my dirty laundry and just put it directly in the laundry room, but that's just how I like to do things. But have a place for that dirty laundry.
Get stuff out of boxes as best as you can. Let me give you an example of what I mean by this. All right, so we have these macaroni and cheese boxes that Justin just picked up. I'm gonna take these out and then I'm gonna put them in their designated space. I mean, you certainly could leave them like this, but I don't like that it's on the floor. So I'm just gonna take this out of the box. If you have chips, this is what I like to do. I like to put them in clear containers like this. That way they're airtight and they're gonna last longer, and visually it just looks more appealing than having bags such as this laying around. That's why this one is down here, kind of hidden so you can't see it as clearly. So get everything out of the boxes as best as you can. And then our mac and cheese goes in this area. By the way, all my 3-year-old wants to do is eat macaroni and cheese. Great space saver. Best as you can when it comes to your closet, reduce any clutter on your floor. As you can see here, there's a clear path here on the floor. There's not stacks of stuff laying around, because when you have a bunch of clothes down here and boxes and packages or whatever the case may be, it's gonna make your closet look even smaller than it actually is. It's gonna make it look more cluttered. So
if at all, clear your floor space.
It's that time. It's time to clean your coffee maker or your Keurig. I'm gonna get some gloves here just so, well, there's gonna be a lot of little parts in here. I wanna protect my manicure. Grab your filter. You're gonna take this out. If you have not changed this in quite some time, you're just gonna get yourself some water. Pop it on out there. Yes, there we go. And then we're gonna put our new one in. Let this soak. I think it's 15 minutes if I remember correctly. Oh, it just says 5 minutes, rinse for 60 seconds. So we're gonna let that soak for about 5 minutes. I was getting a little too eager. This is drip tray. Well, I actually just put it in my dishwasher. Now, it does say hand wash only on the back, so do this with caution, but I will tell you this. I've had this coffee maker for over 9 years, and we've been putting this thing in the dishwasher since we've got it, and it's intact. But again, do with caution. I'm just sharing you what I have done. We're gonna take these parts, we're gonna set them in our sink for a hot minute, and this guy too, and this guy. Now the outside, this thing is real nasty. Up in there, we got a lot of different things happening. We have this guy. Oh yeah, we're gonna take this, put that in our sink for a minute. You're gonna want a couple towels for this one. I'm going in with my mean green. We're just gonna give it a nice bath. Around the outside in here, and then I like to take this one, wipe everything down. Now, there's a lot of grooves and nooks and crannies if you can see down in here. Spray that, and then I take my pack of brushes, pick your poison here. I think I'm gonna try going in with this one. This is a fun one. Oh, that's looking so much better. White and bright, not yellow. And if you haven't descaled your coffee maker or Keurig in quite some time, that was a great opportunity to do that. Ooh, down under here. This bottom tray also comes out. Ooh, can you see down in here? Look at all these coffee grounds inside, right in there. Oh yeah. Now for that particular part, I'm just gonna take a warm washcloth. I'm gonna see what I can get with this right here. All right, I'm gonna need one of my brushes. This one's probably gonna be our best bet. Woo! A lot built up in there. Oh, back in there. There's a little crack. See this? We're gonna go into this flat one. Watch this. Woo-wee! They're coming out, all those coffee grounds. This is the best gift you could give yourself, is this little brush kit right here, and any loved one. They'd be like, what the heck is this? What are you trying to tell me? And then they're gonna come across a situation where they need a little brush, and they're gonna be so thankful for you. Now, I'm just gonna get a little spray bottle with some warm water and spray that down. Something green up here, what is that? All right, our spray bottle is just some water. This is like for real, cleaning your coffee maker. Your other towel. Don't forget back in here. Looking so much better. Oh, she's sparkling. She's happy, she's purring. What is on the top of there? Oh my word. Some built up something or another. Just gonna grab some water. A little elbow grease. Oh, there we go. It's coming up. Let's try this one. There we go. All right. What do you do with all the parts? Give them a good spray. Then I like to take my filter, rinse that off so it's ready to go. A baby bottle brush. This is amazing. This is the part that gets real bad. Looking so much better. This guy. And last but not least, once you've rinsed everything out, then it's time to dry it all up. She's so happy. She's looking all shiny, bright, and new again, and hopefully she'll run for another 9 years. That would be wild.
Inside of here, this is all of our cooking ware. And again, I make almost all of our meals at home. This set right here is phenomenal. You can bypass this part if you are not interested, but this has just been a game changer when it comes to storing pots and pans and things like this. Usually you have all of these handles and then you need to figure out what to do with all of the pots and pans. And by the way, most of us have way too many pots and pans to begin with. I know that I did. You saw that 2 baskets, 2 bags there of pots and pans. Like, why? Why do I have so many? Don't need them. Okay, look at this. Is awesome. These are handles. Space saving, my friend. All you have to do is stick that on there, grasp it, and then you can go ahead and cook whatever you need to. The other nice thing about this is if you want to store this in your refrigerator, once it's cooled down, you put the lid on, you can put it in your refrigerator. Watch this. See? Bam, put it on there, lock it into place. You're ready to cook something else, go to town. Beautiful. And then these just stack so nicely in here. I'm like, where have these been my entire life? It's just saved so much space in my kitchen. Now when I'm opening and closing this, I am like so happy. Yesterday I had to like go in here and look around like, oh, it's just so pretty. Okay, back to the mudroom. Don't you just love when your house smells so fresh? I love vacuuming. I'm absolutely obsessed. Let me know in the comments box below if you can relate to that one. But what's even better to elevate your vacuuming is when you can sort of incentivize your vacuum. So I've talked about this in previous videos. You can put some cotton balls in here with essential oil on them. They'll just like run around, the smell will permeate. I have a better alternative for you. The cotton ball trick is great, but this is even better. 1, make sure that you're cleaning your vacuum filter and checking it on a regular basis, like check it once a month. Number 2, take your favorite essential oil, whatever oil you love. If it has fresh linen in it, it has my name attached to it. Put a few drops here on a few. Load up your filter. No, I'm just kidding. Put some on your filter. So 1, your filter's clean. 2, it's permeating a nice scent. Put that on there. You're gonna vacuum and your whole house will smell awesome. Depending upon the quality of your essential oil and how much essential oil you use will depend upon how long it permeates in your house. But for me, it's typically about a week to 2 weeks, but I love vacuuming. Did you know on YouTube there are entire playlists dedicated to just vacuum sounds? Kind of got me thinking, should I put a vacuum sound playlist on this channel? Nighttime, bedtime music?
We're going back in the pantry again. So this is what I do when I get my morning coffee. I go in here, and as this is warming up and brewing up, I'm looking around and I'm like, okay, let me organize a few things because this takes like, I don't know, a couple minutes to heat up. So I'm going like this. I need to descale my coffee maker because, well, it's been overdue. I just keep putting it off. I'll wipe something down while that's heating up if I need to. I'm noticing I don't like when there's a bunch of stuff on here. That's gotta go in the dishwasher. So I'm gonna like organize these, put these away, excess chips down here. Those can go there. This bread's gotta get eaten. So I just go through here while I'm waiting to organize, while I'm waiting for something. Actually, we're gonna make a trail mix. I'm gonna put that with the other items down in here. And then just do a quick wipe down in your pantry as part of your little routine. So then we wake up in the morning and it looks all nice and organized again.
I think our racks are ready. At least they need to be ready. It is 1:22, just to give you an idea. I have 2 sponges here. I have the Scrub Daddy, just, you know, because this works great. Make sure you get it wet. I also have this amazing wire brush scrubber that fits perfectly. There are 2 sides to it as well. This is a little flat side. You can really get some food off, but I'm just gonna try to go in with this first. Ooh, that just melted off. Look at that. Ooh, this side's bad. Look at that. But the Mac Daddy or Mac Mama of them all is this steel wool Quad Zero. You can also use this on glass. You do want to get it wet though when you use it. It's so fun, it works so well. If anyone tells you there's going to be no elbow grease at all involved in cleaning your oven racks, A, your oven racks really weren't that dirty, or B, they're not telling you the whole truth. Look at that, this comes right off. See, watch, boop, 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 boop. Did you see all that black on there? The longer you let the Dawn Power Wash sit, the easier this will be. Look at all this. That one's stuck on there. Woo-wee. Oh, it's so satisfying. So look at that grease just melt off. I love this. Look at these spots. I mean, you could get really crazy in here. I love this. You see it? Is it coming up? You see that? Yeah, baby. Again, you can also use this on your oven glass store. I've shown that in previous videos as well. Easy peasy. No need to dirty your entire bathtub and buy ammonias, and no need to buy a big bin to let this soak in overnight and for hours on end. Degreaser, good sponging tool, and time. I mean, look at that, almost good as new. Makeup, cosmetics, beauty products, it's time to go through them to see if they are expired and maybe you should no longer be using them. How can you tell if they're expired? Well, maybe they have kind of a funky smell or they're not the consistency that they should be, but here's a clever way to find out. If you've ever looked on your makeup, I'm going to show you a couple of examples just to give you an idea. You're going to find, you just kind of have to look around for it. Let's see, we're looking for an M, or on this one, it just tells you. I mean, they made this simple for me, August of 2025. Now, how about this? What if it doesn't say that on there? You're going to see a little jar that has an open container. This tells you 12 months after opening it that it will expire essentially, or just be cautioned. Here's another one right here. There's a little jar down here on the back of this one. Hopefully the camera is picking that up, that it's 6 months after you open this product that it's going to expire. This one right here is approximately 12 months after you use it that it will expire. And then what about this body spray? This is 24 months. Wow, 2 years after opening this, it's still good. So now's the time to go through all of those beauty products and make some more room in your bathroom, makeup bag, wherever you like to keep those gems.
Cleaning your cutting boards. You want them to look nice when you prepare your food, not dingy and dirty. I know oftentimes even though you put them in the dishwasher, they still look nasty. So here's the recommendation from someone else, is that you take some hydrogen peroxide to clean your cutting board. I'd give it like a B-, okay? For this method here, I got something better for you. Get a lemon. If you have a lemon, you can put some salt on the lemon to get a little extra grit. Or, again, keeping our job easy if you don't have fresh lemons on hand, you can buy citric acid. The acidity helps break stuff up just like vinegar. It has a nice smell. This is used for canning. I've used this for cleaning before. Just put a little on your sponge. It's already got a little grit, kind of like baking soda on it, and you can use this to clean your cutting boards. Not only will it smell nice and kind of citrusy, but you got the grit, you got the acidity from the vinegar breaking anything down. Much better alternative in my opinion. Now, rather than doing what I showed you, which is dipping the wet sponge in the container, although nothing's really wet in there, you can put a little on here. Back your face up because this is fine and you don't want to like pass out. I'm just kidding. I mean, it's all natural. It's all natural. Scrub it up, dub, baby.
Now, what I like to do with our recycling, we have this double system here, but we actually put them in paper bags. And then we end up just taking this and putting this whole thing in our recycling bin rather than having to like take this whole thing out, dump it, and then things are, I don't know, moving around in there. It's just a much easier way to keep things organized. So I'll go ahead, put this in my garage. And then in here, I just have some extra paper bags that I'll go ahead and put back in for my recycling and take it out when it gets full. One thing I like to do too is whenever I take this out, I like to look down here. Maybe I'll get my vacuum out and vacuum out any crumbs, or again, just get my multi-purpose cleaner and a microfiber towel, because I like when these look nice and clean. And it's just a great way to do it is when you're taking it out, just quickly go in here and wipe down and clean it out.
Garbage disposal. It's a gross, disgusting job, but somebody's got to do it. So I'm just going to take some of this sift. You can see around the rim right here, it's all dark and gray and brown. I just like to stick some of that in there. This has a nice, lovely smell to it. And then this little brush right here is actually designed to get under the rim of your toilet seat, but I like to use it in different places. It comes 4 in a pack, so this one was not used on my toilet, if you're wondering. Look at that, it just gets around there so nicely. All right, let's check our job. Oh, looking so much better. Look at that. Oh, yay. Okay, now that's not the whole job. Here's the part that's probably gonna be really nasty. Okay, there's 2 things, this brush and this brush. This is gonna get deep down inside your garbage disposal, and then you need to get under the flap. So let me just show you. It's been maybe 2-3 months since I've done this. So yeah, you certainly get a toothbrush and do this, but I like this brush because again, it's like lift and layered. Oh my gosh, don't splatter yourself. Look at that. That is nasty. This is not set up. This is how it's actually looking, okay? Ugh, so gross. Look at all that. Is the camera picking that up? Look at this. It's like, that's so bad. So bad. Like, I'm just gonna put a little of this down here for good measure on my brush, and we're just gonna go to town. This is part 2 of the process, so hang tight, my friend. No, this does not unscrew, that I can easily just take it off. Oh,
So bad. The toothbrush doesn't have this curved handle, so that's why it doesn't work as easily. All right, I think we got that. Now I'm gonna take this long brush specifically designed for your garbage disposal, and you can stick that down there, see it's perfectly. Just see if there's anything down there that needs to get loosened up. Ugh, I can see stuff coming up. See that? Ugh, look at that. Like, what is that, a noodle? Stuff we don't wanna know. We rarely use our garbage disposal to actually ground up food, but for whatever reason, so much stuff gets down there. Okay, the rim is clean, the rubber is clean, down in there somewhat clean from what we can tell. Now we really want to make things nice and fresh. You can certainly use some sort of DIY concoction like lemon and baking soda, that works great, but I prefer just to grab a package of this fresh, stick it on in there. You're gonna run this little warm water, just a drizzle, okay? This just works. That's why I love it so much. It just works. Okay, stick that on in there. Let your water run for a little bit. Now we're gonna turn on our garbage disposal. I love when it does this. This right here, this foam, makes me very happy. You're gonna keep this on for about 15 to 30 seconds. That just makes me so happy. Your garbage disposal is thanking you now.
Speaking of sponges, some people recommend that you put these in your dishwasher, same with Scrub Daddy sponges. You can do that. However, let's kill two birds with one sponge, shall we? I know that's a terrible expression. Okay, my sponge is wet. Again, I'm gonna put a little apple cider vinegar on here. You could put any vinegar on here. You could put no vinegar on here. Pop this in your microwave, okay? Let's put it in here for like, I don't know, 20 seconds. And the radiation from the microwave is gonna kill the bacteria on your sponge, but just wait for it. I have a second trick for you. It's the two bird because of the sponge thing. You put it in your dishwasher, well great, you have a wet, clean, sanitized sponge. Just wait. Radiation, microwaves. Okay, anyway, it's in here, right? Ooh. It's a little toasty. Don't put it too hot. You can see it steaming. Now, you can use this to wipe down and clean the inside of your microwave, okay? And then you can put it back in to clean the sponge, make your sponge smell better. Yes? Woo! We working smarter, not harder. I'm fired up today. I think it's all the hot pink and the orange is ready for spring.
This tip is gonna make your kitchen look automatically cleaner than it really is, potentially, is avoid too much clutter on your countertops. Like, so this is not the mail slot, this is not the excess dishes slot, this is not all the kids' arts and crafts slot. These countertops, like this, when I walk through here and see this countertop, if there's anything extra on here, it comes off the countertop. Same with over here, we have our water bottle station. This is where all the water bottles go. We don't just plop things on our counter. Have you ever been in a house, and I've been guilty of this as well, when you look at the kitchen and those countertops, like there is no clear space on those countertops. You just feel like you can't breathe because there's so much stuff. So find a home for all of those items on your countertop that don't necessarily need to be out there. I like a few pieces to make it look warm and inviting, a recipe holder, a little piece, a little moment here of something beautiful. We use these, and we eat that. So most of the items here on this countertop we use on an everyday basis, and it looks beautiful.
Coming in here to my dining room, don't mind this massive box. I'm testing out a big shoe rack. If it's good, I will link it in the description box below. I love all things organizing. So here's the recommendation. You take your like I got a ton of baseboards in my house, as you probably do as well. You get your dryer sheet to clean your baseboards. Who the heck's gonna do this all around their house to clean their baseboards? I mean, I'm frogging it around trying to clean this thing. Like, no, or you need knee pads to clean it. So I got a better alternative for you. We're gonna circle back to something. You remember this guy? This is all you need. Watch. I'm 5'7", so if you're shorter than me, you don't have to bend over as much. If you're taller, you might have to bend over a little more. Ding ding, you can even do it in here. Yeah, take that dryer sheet. Here we go, boom, boom. Cleaning faster than ever before, getting our cardio in all at the same time. Smells so good. Now I will tell you where I will use this. If you have a closet or like a gym bag pocket, put it in here, just like this. Let it hang out there. It's pretty inconspicuous, hidden, and then when you open your door, you're gonna have a nice smell. In your dryer, here's where it should go, not on your baseboards. for me. Keeping that stainless steel shiny and looking nice and new is tricky, especially if you have little fingers around your house. So I've had my fair share of stainless steel cleaners. I have even more, but these are just a few to show you how many I have purchased. So I have a revolutionary way to clean your stainless steel without chemicals, because some of these smell like a garage and then it's on your fingers. And then like, I do like the Sprayway one. This one actually smells like a nice lemon, but many of them just stink. They're just kind of stinky. So digging in our pocket here. Dun da da! This is amazing. It has a little hook on it. You can clean without any sort of harsh chemicals. There's two sides to it, a very fluffy side we're gonna use first to clean, and then not as thick of a side to buff. So let's go over here to my stainless steel refrigerator. Get your cloth out. You know, you do this at the end of the evening when you're going to bed, so that way when you wake up in the morning, your kitchen looks all nice. You're gonna flip that cloth around, and then you can buff your stainless steel without any harsh chemicals, without any smells. You're actually gonna save yourself some money because you're not buying more cleaners. You have this cloth. This is kind of like magic. It's kind of like a Norwex cloth, which works fantastic, or an e-cloth for cleaning your windows. You don't need any chemicals with the cloths, which is great. I love all the things. Many of you comment like, why do you use all the cleaners? I like to try everything. It's just like, for me, like fashion, beauty, makeup, hair. I like to try it all. That's fun. It keeps it interesting. So there you go. Ooh, I've spotted some fingerprints. And you do want to get this a little bit damp, but watch. I mean, gone. Gone, gone, gone. Amazing. A couple things to note. If you find that it's not cleaning as well as you hoped it would, one, you probably have built up product on your stainless steel that needs to come off over time. Second, use a little less water. And third, make sure that the stainless steel is fully dry. Sometimes it can take like 10-15 minutes to really see the effects of it. Now you may be asking yourself, Andrea Jean, how do you wash these? Never ever wash this with fabric softener, because it's gonna get embedded just like with microfiber towels. I just wash this on warm water with some laundry detergent, and I put it in the dryer on medium heat.
We're gonna go back to the refrigerator because I know this can be a trouble area disaster zone, and it happens to be when it comes to your fruit. So it comes in these little containers like this. There's a couple problems with these. They're clunky, they're not visually appealing, and I do not think they keep your fruit fresh very long. So this is what I like to do. Yes, I left some of these things for the video. In here, I have some different fruit storage solutions. So I go in here, I grab these. I don't wash them till we're ready to eat them because I think they just last longer. I use a little vinegar spray or a little fruit spray. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put maybe the strawberries in here, and then in this one, I think I'll do all the raspberries, and then you can easily stack these better. Dun da da! There we go. Now, watch when I think these are. I'm on the struggle train here. All right, there we go. So we put these in here. So now we're gonna have more space. And it's just gonna look nicer in there. Look at that. This is one of my favorites because it is oh so effective when it comes to maintaining a clean kitchen, and that is have a morning routine. Maybe you only have 10 minutes, maybe you have 5 minutes, maybe you have 30 minutes. Get as much done in that time frame that you can so that you can get your kitchen back to some semblance of order. Now, are you going to be deep cleaning in that 20 minutes? Most likely not. Maybe you can. I don't know. I don't have the ability to do that with what's going on, but have a great morning routine and stick with it.
And that is a no clutter countertop rule. So you can see here on my side of the sink, I have very minimal things. I have a clock, a toothbrush, and then of course you gotta have good music when you're getting ready in the morning and then doing your morning bathroom cleaning routine, which literally takes me like 5 minutes, by the way, 5 or 6 minutes. And then here, minimal clutter. When you have all kinds of supplies out, it's harder to clean because you gotta move all this stuff. It collects more dust. It doesn't stay as nice. So where do I keep everything? You may be asking yourself. Well, one, I go through my items and make sure I just don't have an excess amount of things to begin with. But in here, this is where we keep everything, and it looks like this. I swear to you, about 90% of the time, it looks this organized. We have my husband's space, we have my space, we have some joint stuff. If we come down here in the drawers, I have jewelry and hair supplies. When you have good systems in place, it's easy to maintain. This is kind of an overflow area. And then down here, we have linens and and such. But as best as you can, try to keep those countertops clear. It's gonna be easier to clean, and it's just gonna make your whole bathroom overall look more organized. Here's my other goal. You'll notice I have no rugs in this bathroom. One, they collect a ton of moisture and hair, and oftentimes we're not washing them as frequently as we should. Have you ever noticed in Florida, it's very rare that people have carpeting? Why is that? It's humid. Well, your bathroom is humid as well. So here is what I do have, because I have a 3-year-old that we bathe and you gotta get down on your knees, or maybe you wanna step on something when you get out of the shower that has a little bit padding to it. But this is so easy to clean with my mop. I do it once a week. But I do not recommend having rugs in your bathroom. Sure, they're cute, but they get smelly because they're housing all that moisture and your dead skin cells and your hair dropping on them, and they're just
Contain, contain, contain. Let me show you 2 ways that I do that. So in here, actually I'm going to show you 3 ways that I do it. We have a bunch of different vitamins for my kids and for my husband. So I have these little containers that I put them in. So for example, I can just pull this out every morning for my kids. They can easily grab it and put this back in here. We have an excess amount of scissors. Because I have 4 kids, they all want to do arts and crafts and supplies usually at the same time. So I have a little container that I put all of these scissors in. That way they're just not jumbled around inside the cabinet. The other place that I contain is down here with my cleaning supplies, easy access to all the things that I use on a regular basis. So I have this bin here for all of my microfiber towels. I have this 2-tier system to grab the items that I use on a frequent basis. And then I have this little clear container right here that I also, maybe these are refills, some things that didn't fit in this area. So when you contain your items, 1, if you have more items than you have the ability to contain, you probably need to go through your items. But 2, you have easier access to them. And number 3, it's easier to maintain.
Do not let your master bedroom become a dumping ground for your stuff and everybody else's stuff. And here's a little trick. Make your bed every single day. That way, when you walk in your bedroom, your bed is made. It makes it harder for you to like throw a bunch of trash like over here and throw your clothes all over the place, because you're like, I don't want to mess this beautiful thing up that I made. And it probably takes me about 5 or 6 minutes to make this king size bed every single morning. But make your bed. It's gonna help you have a more organized and clean master bedroom, because look, like you just gotta keep it clean when it looks nice like this. Number 20, I'm getting sad we're nearing the end here, but you may have seen this viral stuff floating around the internet. It's like the most disgusting goo. It's a dust cleaning gel. You're supposed to put this in your vents to like clean it, and then it collects all the dust. Well, first of all, this is nasty on my hands. Who wants to clean with that? Like, there we got some residue here. And then once this is full of dust, then what? You stick it back in your little container? No, like, let me demonstrate what people are telling you to do with this garbage. I keep these things on hand just to demonstrate. Oh, my kitchen, yes, okay. First of all, like, it's disgusting. Like, why? Who's gonna clean like this? We're supposed to do this? This is how we're cleaning now? This is dumb! It's disgusting! It's not even doing anything! Don't waste your money on this stuff, okay? Here's what you need. And can you guess what I'm gonna pull out of my pocket? Oh god, this is really still stuck on my hands. Dun da da! You need to dust something? Literally, this is all you need. This is it. This is it. This little wandy here. This is the star of the show today, besides Kara.
Make your kitchen inviting. Let me show you a way that I do that. So I'm gonna go in here, just gonna grab a little lighter. I love my candles, so I have this little station right here. And then I like to light a candle. My daughter's growing some grass, so she wants to keep an eye on that. But make your kitchen an inviting space. Put something in it that brings you joy, that makes you smile. Maybe it's fresh flowers every couple of weeks. Maybe it's a candle such as this. Speaking of fresh flowers, I actually have some here on the table that they're about on their last days, but just a little moment of here, something that smells great. Now, you don't want to have too much of something, like maybe you love to collect, I don't know, something or another, little trinkets. You probably don't want those lined up all over your kitchen, but make your kitchen a space that you really love and enjoy.
The most recent viral cleaning hack trend I've seen is where you take hot, boiling water for your floors and hardwood floors. First of all, do not ever use boiling hot water on your hardwood floors. Like, no, that's gonna warp your wood. That is not good. Just use a little warm water. And then they tell you to use like dishwasher tabs tabs and laundry detergent and baking soda and for whatever combination of things to clean your floor. We got like a 10 ingredient thing with hot boiling water to clean your floors. No. Warm water, a good spin mop is my favorite. By the way, I no longer like my Tinco vacuum mop. This is a cleaner that I'm loving. It smells amazing. A little goes a long way. It's also a multi-surface cleaner. Mr. Clean, and he's like, I don't know, handsome in a strange way. That's all you need. Don't do all that other crap when it comes to cleaning your floor. Keep your cleaning simple without damaging your lovely environment. If you're also looking for another great floor cleaner, not just for hardwood floors, but Murphy's is excellent. It just has a nice scent to it. It makes everything sparkle. Just a few drops goes a long way.
Do you have an excess amount of plastic bags? Because let's say you go to Target, that's what they give you when you do grocery pickup. I have a solution for you. Rather than them overtaking your entire kitchen, we're gonna go in my bathroom. So in here, I have this little bag storage system, and the reason that I keep them here in this bathroom, oh look at, there's an excess. These ones can actually go upstairs. I didn't do this, my husband did that. So I'm gonna put these in here. When I take this garbage out, I can just easily have some stuffed in the bottom as well. I like to reuse them as garbage bags in my bathroom. These ones are going to go upstairs. This one can get tossed. So have a great place that you store all of those plastic bags if they're allowed in the state that you live in. I know many states have banned them, which is great.
When you grate your own cheese, not only does it taste more fresh, but you also save yourself a lot of money. This is great for tacos, fajitas, basically anything cheese related. I was born and raised in Wisconsin, so you know I love me some cheese. Thumbs up if you can relate to me on that one. But look at all this cheese I was able to grate. But the problem is your cheese grater has all these small holes and nooks and crannies, and it's hard to find a tool to really get in there. If you use your sponge brush, oftentimes the sponge starts to rip apart. After all, this is a cheese grater and it can grate your sponges. So I just like to go in with little DIY homemade spray cleaner. It's actually the Dawn Dupe Power Wash, and then use a little toothbrush to get in there really, really quickly. Your cleaning toothbrush. That way you're going to save yourself so much more time in the long run using this little trick. Once you've gotten the cheese or whatever you shredded out of all those little nooks and crannies, be sure to rinse this out with some warm water. I tend to hand wash most things because I find that sometimes the dishwasher leaves a little wear and tear on items. And if you hand wash them, your items often last longer and stronger. Woo-wee! That was so much fun. A recap of some of the best cleaning and organizing hacks this year on my channel. Again, everything is linked down below or pinned in the comments section, and we got the QR code on screen if you're watching from your TV or your iPad. We have got to keep the fun going, so click this video on screen now. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you, my friend, in the next one.